Okay,
Hey,
we're
you.
back. So who's
Uh,
got recap from last time?
Where did
Ariel
we?
loves to fuck with our family.
Yeah. Where did we start up last time? Was it?
Game of Cards.
Yeah. Was it right after the?
I think it was the beginning of the Game of Cards.
No, that was the one before last one,
Ah,
because that was where Caldo was.
Mm-hmm.
And Caldo was not here last time.
Yeah.
right. Okay.
I think no, we got done with the game of cards. We know where that one guy lives. Um, and we were
You know where that one guy lives.
set to exit from Winds of Thor to the south to follow the Green River down to the um, apparent location of a cult. Um, along the kind of just started trekking. Um, along the way, we found a old dilapidated building off to the side of the road, and upon further investigation, it was a harpy's nest with a single Galeb Dur seemingly left behind by the previous residents, likely members of the Green Dragon cult, given the emerald, the multitude of, was it emeralds or like zirconiums?
They were green stones.
Yeah, green gems.
It was like jade and now I can't remember the word of the thing I used.
It
But yeah.
is. Let me scroll on my character sheet.
Hmm.
Bag of gems. Chisobario?
Oh, right, Chrysobaro.
Chrysopero.
Chrysobaro.
Yep. Given the Chrysobaro and other green gems around, we assume it's the Green Dragon cult. Especially because we found one in the Galebdur. Basically looted the hell out of the Harpy's nest. And Alsana found a nice, cool pair of glasses that seemed to help with seeing fine details and having things catch your eye. Proceeded to loot 13 gems worth 100 gold each, as well as a handful of gold, I believe. I think that's on our party sheet. And also, in the place was a large statue of a dragon with something in, assumedly draconic, written on the side. No one read it, but Alsana took a charcoal rubbing. And after we basically cleaned up the area, and did we take a harpy corpse with us?
Yes.
Okay. One or two?
One.
Please hold. Two.
Two. Okay. So we have two. Probably not doing too good in the given time going forward. Harpy corpses in the bag of holding. And continued on our way and eventually made it to this seemingly little sectioned off community with these kind of walls around it, and seeming to be some activity coming from within, smokestacks over coming up from buildings, and the vague glimpse of someone in a window in a building. We got up to there and the doors opened themselves. Proceeded in, and the second set of building doors opened themselves. Alsana kind of like peered into a window and saw a figure hiding behind a pillar. We made our way in, and that figure kind of revealed herself and asked if we seeked assistance, I believe.
Pretty much.
And basically led us further into this kind of grandiose cult looking setup. Various people in gray robes and carved wooden dragon masks. And the main person, whose name was Vizira, put on a wonderful show that Alsana was snickering at the whole time. But upon herself stating her name and intentions, a member of the group said, "Wait, who?" And our auntie walked out, going, "What the hell?" And then we went, "What the hell?" And the whole shebang was called off. Turns out the place is a front for Threshold. Claddy neglected to mention. Although in retrospect it makes sense, but of course it does. The group then was kind of just walked off. Just like, glad to get out of those. Glad to not have to do that anymore. And apparently the masks are kind of stuffy. Did some catching up. The whole group now knows Kane's real name or birth name of Good. And we kind of walked off, and Alsana and Kane/Good had a kind of catching up conversation with Adelaide. And after some kind of brief back and forth, and the shrine is here. I can think of the word shrine. The shrine is here, ready to go when it's time for us to gain power from it. However, they do have a small favor they were originally going to give us before, should this random group that was trouting up need help from something or another. But upon many corners being not cut, but jumped over, I guess. Just kind of not really left with much to do, but there is something they kind of need done, so I've requested that we go looking for a trader that they are recently lost contact with, or recently haven't heard from in a bit. He's late, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember the name.
I forgot to type it out. Let me get that for you. Harbeck Rumnaheim.
Alright. Harbeck Rumnaheim. Apparently should maybe be on his way along the Green River path, basically the way we went. And we can basically go and check and see if he's been caught up in something or another. And that was pretty much where we left it. Anyone has anything else to add?
No, I think we're good.
All right. And at the end of last session, you'd been invited to pretty much stay for a meal for dinner and to stay the night before you headed out anywhere else if you'd like. But there is a bit of time left to kill in the afternoon. So Adelaide, kind of having shown you the shrine, kind of the main attraction, shows you around pretty much the other parts of the compound, and it's a very standard tour. There's the kitchens, here's the like our communal bathhouse thing, here's our here's the place where everybody stays and sleeps, here's where we keep our gardens to feed ourselves, and etc.
Notes that location down for later.
Yeah. It's fairly straightforward. You do have to skirt around one area where they've mentioned some construction being done is underway. Pretty much it's just a lot of space, kind of not haphazardly, but roped off with various bits of like clothesline or long pieces of slightly tattered and worn cloth, or just like trestle benches that have been kind of set out so that people don't wander through like in the middle of the night and trip into a hole or something.
What's to be built there, Auntie? Just a extension on the place, or?
A little bit. It's very old buildings, most of these. So we're fixing up some cracks that had shown up in one of the foundations, and in order to do that, you have to pull some things out in order to put them back in. But we've got some people with some earth-moving magic, just little things. So it's making the work go fairly quickly.
If you need heavy labor, just let me know.
I'll consider it.
Anything that doesn't require too much thinking, preferably for him.
Honestly,
know.
yeah.
Be nice to your brother.
He
He's
just
the only
agreed.
one.
No,
He's not the only one you've
the
got.
less thinking, the better. Requires less energy that way.
Also, I just kind of shrugs towards her. Yep. Well, maybe not the only one I have.
Yes, I rethought that after I started to say it. Old habits.
Well,
I should have guessed, really, knowing Roy.
even back then, really.
Well, he never came back with any new little ones, so I just suppose I assumed.
Well, I'm pretty sure he knew that most of us there would have burned him alive if we did.
I would think that after 2 or 3
No.
different looking kids that, well, they might start to ask a bit more questions.
Yeah.
2 has the plausible deniability that, he likes my mom best, let's say. You get 3 or 4 there, and, well, there's arguments on. Can't possibly like all of them equally.
He always did get away with far too much. Baby of the family. Well, oh well. That's a fault of the past.
Are there any
Not the
secret
future.
siblings you have that we should know about?
If there are, they're secret from me as well. No.
What makes you
Grandparents
think
were good sorts.
What makes you think it's a thing of the past? Because is there any reason to believe he's not still doing it?
Well, I suppose not. Can't imagine age would slow him down if he's still out there, would it?
Nope.
Sounded like
Any
he
idea
spits off to the side.
Any idea where he is?
Haven't heard from him. Not since you took off, Alsana. That was the last I saw him, was a few months after. Happened to go by town to visit, and nothing but a house and him and a note.
I guess I was the last rope tying him down.
Well, I didn't really swing by town very much after that either, to be honest. Even with Davis and the other kids.
And other topics, perhaps. How long has the shrine been under protection?
A good 100 years, 100 plus. I'm not good with the historical dates as much. A good while. Certainly longer than any of us have been alive.
Well, most of you. You never know.
Alright, if you're referring to the people as part of the threshold, then no. No, we've got a couple of elves, a couple of dwarves here. I'm pretty sure all of them were around, at least at some point before then, though I don't think any of them took part in the, I guess, the liberation of this place, you might call it. We sort of cycle between here and between the main island of Threshold.
Is there any traces left of the the previous residents that were kicked out?
Here and there, carvings up on the walls, some of the architecture. We took out most of the big dragon worship statues and paraphernalia, but it's a lot of trouble trying to chisel frescoes down, so we didn't bother with some of it.
Which, actually, do you know anyone offhand who knows Draconic?
You could say that.
Okay, I
There's a
assume
grin on her face.
I'd assume the Dragonborns, but I don't want to.
Why don't you want to?
You could assume quite a few of us, actually.
You as well?
I've taken up a bit of study.
Their nearest trading partner is a city full of Dragonborn.
Exactly.
Fair Fair enough.
Draconic is a little bit more of a first language in these parts than a second. At least for most.
I guess so. Well, anyways, it's just a personal curiosity of mine, really, and she kind of like digs in her bag. But we came across a dilapidated-looking area down further down the road in between here and Windsor. Um,
Hmm.
Similar looking, similar architecture, various green-looking gems we scavenged from the place. So, one can only assume. And there's also a very large statue of a dragon in the middle of the room.
She's taking the charcoal rubbings, taking a look over them. Huh. Broken in a few places, but I'd say that this is Vestrin's name, all right.
Just the
Not really
name?
much of a. I mean, there's this. I don't know if you know, but Draconic has this system of call it prefixes, suffixes, things you tack on to the beginnings and ends of words, especially names. And this one's got pretty much the best tack-ons that you can do.
King or god or
So,
what?
uh, not quite God, but it is Draconic Japanese. It probably has a similar system, basically. There are diminutives and then there are superlatives. Basically, this has the superlative, and she might roughly translate it to something like Vestrin the highest, Vestrin the mightiest.
Vestrin the Apex.
Yes, pretty much. My linguistics nerd. My linguistics
You know what?
nerd is always showing.
I knew Draconic was Japanese as soon as I saw Tokuni's name.
Actually, Tokuni is not Japanese. Have fun chewing on that.
It sounds very much though.
It's not.
But
I
it
pulled it from
sounds
a
like it,
different
right?
source.
Like I'm not crazy on
I-
that.
I pulled it from the same language as Miashka Kladu.
Okay, what
Have
the
fun with that.
fuck? Okay. Is it spelt like
Okay.
it should be?
I'm sorry, Ariel, the first result on Google is Japanese.
Interesting, but I did genuinely pull it from a different language.
Alrighty then. Freaking dragon weeps. Okay. Okay, also just... And it's just the title for the statue then, I'm guessing?
Probably. If there was anything else, it might have broken or worn away, or maybe it was engraved elsewhere, or just there was nothing.
Alright. She kind of like, just like, takes the paper back and just like lights it on fire and throws it into the air.
Well, anything else of curiosity, of note?
You don't have any, jewelers in the area, do you?
We don't have much call for them. You want that Windsor is your best bet.
I figured, but thought I'd ask.
Any particular reason?
She just kind of like, she kind of like throws over the bag of 13 gems.
You see Adelaide catch it easily in one hand and then peek inside, and her eyebrows go whoop right up her forehead. She closes the bag back up, hands it back to you. That is an interesting little sack. Wouldn't flash it around too much, but people are trustworthy around here, so you're fine.
I hoped as much.
Where did you find that?
Like we said, well, the bag was my own, but wait, no, did she get the bag from the looting, or?
There was a pouch as part of the looting.
There was a pouch, okay.
Yes.
Well, the old dilapidated dragon cult place we came across was taken up residency by two harpies.
Huh. How far up the road?
It was about like halfway from where we are, right?
Yeah.
Pretty close to halfway. They're dead now. At least the two we saw.
It's a good deal closer than we would have liked.
She kind of like raised an eyebrow. What do you mean?
We try to keep the area fairly clear and safe. If somebody had gotten snatched by those harpies or killed or eaten, then, well...
On that note, there was a few bodies.
Oh. Poor things.
One of which I found these off of, and she kind of like holds up the glasses.
Can I see those a moment?
She pauses and goes, "Don't tell me."
I don't know, but one set of glasses is a lot like the others, but if I could just. And she holds out a hand.
She passes it.
She looks them over, kind of tilts them towards the light. She puts them up in front of her own eyes and then takes them down. And there's a grimace on her face as she folds up the arms and hands them back. Well, we might not be expecting Harbeck after all.
Oh. Well, this is awkward.
Yeah. We can send some people out and
You see, like,
halfway up the road see if there's anything to be found or confirmed.
Alsana,
could
like,
just-
has a look on her face, like, I could confirm something very quickly.
I mean, unless you found something else of his that has his name on it.
No,
Mm,
it's
I have
more
something
grotesque than that.
I have something that might say his name. Yes.
We
All
could
right,
also,
you're being cryptic.
we
Kane.
could also head back
be
and
quiet,
just
be
look
quiet.
at what's there.
Just, okay. Promise not to flinch too much.
You're
And
not gonna ask her if you should do this first?
Is this something that you need a little bit of cover and privacy for?
Perhaps.
Just go back to one of your rooms. She ushers you back to the room you've been given.
But I'd
Close the door.
maybe
Or
it's
somewhere else.
she's like, it's nasty business, but possibly I might. If you need to ask him any questions, assuming he is the tragic victim, maybe you'd like to be here.
Huh. Well, if you are contacting his soul, find out what happened.
I'm checking
Find out.
a body that I found there that might be his.
Well, regardless if it's his or not, see if there's any knowledge of whose family to go back to.
It's part of the reason I took it.
If it's Harbeck, then we already know. But if it's somebody else, then we might not have a clue.
Well, I'll name him first then, and go from there. She'll go into her pack and pull out her Yorick.
Do you need me in the room, or would you prefer to do this alone?
You can. I'd leave that decision up to you.
I think I'll stay.
You can ask questions from behind the door if you'd want, but she'll go in her bag and place a skull on a table.
Yep. You do your magic. You waft the smoke towards the skull. It seeps in between the teeth, and not having anywhere to go, it just kind of swirls there in what would have been a mouth had it not been stripped bare of all flesh and blood. And you know that the spell has taken hold.
Alright. What is your name?
Harbeck Rumnaheim.
Alsana just kind of like puts hands out for. Well, there you go.
Right. And if you don't continue to ask a question, then another question, then Adelaide will ask what happened, and the skull.
Well, Alsana has to ask it, but
Okay, she'll ask Alsana to ask what
Yep.
happened that caused him to go off the path.
she'll repeat that.
And he answers, "There was a storm after I set out. I wanted shelter. I heard beautiful, beautiful music and nothing more. There was a storm and shelter and song." And just repeats that. Any other questions?
Alsana like looked at Adelaide and it's like, there's 3 more if you have anything else.
We know who to take his remains to. And we know where to look thanks to you.
Should there be any, if he was a businessman, is there any things he might only know about certain things, or?
Not any business of ours.
Maybe a recommendation for next someone else to replace him.
Go ahead and ask that. And Harbeck will, after you ask, if you do so.
Yep. Do you have any recommendations for someone to fulfill your job now that you're no longer with us?
I can ask my cousin. Good word. Put in a good word, my cousin. Also, Rumnaheim. But he does well with the trade. He could do it. And just pretty much repeated that.
So that was 3?
Yep.
Also, I just kind of like taps your fingers together and just... Is there anything you'd like us to tell your family before you pass on?
I heard the most beautiful music. It was beautiful. The song just repeats that.
I kind of like sighs and looks over. Looks to Adelaide and is like, he doesn't have a wife or a kid or anything, does he?
I believe he might have. We didn't talk much about family, but we know who to go to. Elderly parents. I think he has some brothers and sisters. I don't know how many. But we can get contact with the Rumenheims. You don't have to worry about it. This is a little more our business. You found him all right.
Seems so.
One last question, or is that going to be all?
She kind of looks over. Do you have much else?
Adelaide shakes her head. Anybody else in the party have any thoughts, or?
Nope. We don't know where.
Also, like, leans out a door. Just like, I'm asking the skull questions. Anyone have anything else?
Can I just check just to make sure? It's like we don't know where his last. He didn't take a cart with him usually, did he?
He did, said Adelaide.
Do we know where that might be? We didn't see any of it, did we?
Would also have known if it was basically in pieces in the harpy nest.
You can roll. It's just a quick intelligence check to search your memory.
21.
21? Yeah. You might have forgotten as a player, but I did describe some fairly freshly torn apart wooden boards and a wheel.
Ah, yes. I had a thing in the back of my head. It's like, was there like a wheel or something?
Yep. So you cast back in your head and you go, oh, there was a bit of like cart remains. Maybe not the whole thing, but yeah, some stuff was definitely used to patch up or add to the nest.
She goes, I saw a wheel in the nest. I think it was in pieces, and anything usable was eaten or torn to shreds, and, well, I found the shiny bits. Are they set to be delivered? Should I give them over?
No, we didn't need gems. I think he probably was carrying that for a different stop on his route. We just needed sundry little items that we can't or don't make ourselves. Candles, paper, chalk, quills. I think some lanterns and medical supplies. little things.
All right. Well, I think that'll be it. You may rest now. And she kind of just taps the forehead.
Yep. And the smoke seeps out between the teeth. The skull is still and empty as it was when you found it.
Osan grabs some sort of tablecloth or something and just kind of wraps the head.
Mhm.
Well, now that we know that this is to be properly buried.
Poor man. Well, I'll go find some of the others, and I think there's still enough daylight for them to get to that place. They might have to camp out there, but that gives them time in the morning to clear it out and see if there's anything to either salvage or take back to Windsor. I'll go tell Vizera. And she kind of holds out her hands after a moment for the bundle that you've just wrapped up. I'll take this along and we'll
Yes, maybe
reunite everything. Thank you, all of you. I know you didn't go out intending to find him, but at least we know.
Seems a lot of steps are being skipped today.
I'll be back in a little while.
Alright.
You go ahead and there's some basins and water and towels you can wash up from the road. The muck splatters terribly this time of year.
You mentioned a public bath somewhere.
Oh, yeah. It's out on the grounds. Just skirt around the construction area and you'll find it.
Perfect.
Sorry, muck splatter? I wouldn't know.
Alright.
Does there happen to be mud on the ground anywhere near Kane's?
You are indoors at the moment, so no, but once you head outside, there's plenty of mud.
Okay, so we left be.
Yeah. There's probably dried, chips of mud where it had splashed up onto your boots, the hem of your clothes.
He'll
Just from
crumple it
sloshing.
into dust, blow it towards Asana. There.
Asana kind of glances over and just goes back towards him.
Can't get dirtier than dirty. Oh, I'm into the baths. Alaris, you want to join me?
John,
Eglaris is dead.
uh,
God
You
damn
might
it,
be
more
having-
eggs.
you might be having more connection issues.
Yep, he's typing. Connection issues. Yep,
Alright.
and
Well,
that's him dropping.
Let's just assume a yes.
Alright,
Lars, you want to
There we
bath?
go.
Sure.
Alright, so Kane heads over to their bathing area, and it's just pretty much these stalls and tubs of water, and there's a a heated spring that you draw some water from, and you can fill up your tub, or you can go into the in-ground pool area basin that's seems naturally formed from the rock. There's some basically common use towels folded in some cubbies in the entryway, and some fairly simple, maybe slightly rough soaps, but it'll do the job.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can scrub yourselves up and come out newly mud free. I don't know how long it takes you, so I'll kind of leave that up to you if you stay in soak for an hour, or if you're in and out in 30 minutes.
Yeah. Alaris will sit.
Alright, are Kalda and Alsana doing anything in the meantime?
Asana might just do a quick little wash up. She's not mud splattered, but
Oh yeah.
Calder needs to wash up too, honestly.
I mean, Alsana might be blood splattered at this point.
yeah, she did take a few hits. She'll just do some general wound tending too if she hasn't fully magicked it away.
Alright. So, rested and refreshed. After a while, you can kind of come back together, and Adelaide is just on her way to meet up with you, whether it's back at the rooms or maybe outside, your choice. And just as she's coming towards you, you hear, not too far away, but not immediately in the same room, you hear a sudden rumble and a crash, like lots and lots of falling stone and some distant shouts.
Oh boy. She
Oh
kind
my.
of also kind
Oh,
of
that's not. That
lightly-
didn't sound good. And
I
Adelaide
just got Quinn.
turns around and takes off running for the construction area.
I think we're all following her.
Yeah.
Alzana on the
Yeah.
broom gets called on.
And you aren't
Yep.
the only ones. It seems that half the people in this place are flocking towards the area to see what happened, to see if what's wrong and if anything can be done. And you get there and you kind of scoot through some people, and you see in this area what used to be a room, but basically they've already taken like the roof off and the walls down and had been working on that bit of foundation, that bit of flooring that had cracked and needed replacing. It seems that perhaps something had been shifted wrong, and there is a section of floor now that has caved in and crumbled completely, and people are peering down into it, and you hear somebody call, "It's okay, everybody's all right. We just, wow, that took us by surprise. We're fine." And come around, and you see that essentially the rock fall from the floor had fallen into what seems to be a surprisingly large underground area. You see some of the people around kind of getting on like hands and knees gingerly at the edge of this thing, trying to make sure it's not going to break, and peering down inside.
Alzana floats over it.
Looks like a room. What the hell? Where'd this come from? This
So
place.
I'll
Yeah.
drop a fire down it.
Drop a fire down it. You see what basically looks like a 20 by 20 foot square room, and it looks like what you're seeing, it seems to be about a good 20 feet down. In fact, it's much deeper than just an ordinary like basement level. The floor is much further down. And you can see from where you are and with that light that the walls seem to be deliberately cut or constructed. It's not just a natural cavern that happens to have these dimensions. It is squared off in the corners that you can see. There's a bit difficult to see with the upwards angle in the distance, but there seems to be like a carved relief on the wall.
Can Alzana kind of like give it a look, maybe like flick the glasses on and off real quick, just to. She wants to see basically, does this look like the first time this place has been disturbed in recent time? Like, are the walls covered in like a thin layer of dust everywhere, or is it like?
Interestingly enough, while the lenses are over in your eyes, you're seeing much better out to a range of 1 foot. But
Yep.
not beyond that.
All right, she puts the lenses
Yeah.
back off and just kind of looks in as she can, maybe with guidance, assuming there's a check being made.
There wasn't gonna quite be a check being made, but sure, let's go ahead and say a perception check just to see how much detail I'm throwing at you right now from outside.
All right.
14 plus
4.
17. Alright, you're pretty sure that is a carved relief on the wall just opposite of where the floor / ceiling broke in. You kind of get the impression of, given just the history of this place and the sheer amount of the iconography you've already come across, you're pretty sure that there's something draconic about it. You see the sweep of what is very likely a wing, something that's probably a curved round tail. You might not have all the details, but educated guess, probably a dragon. Also, you see off to one side what appears to be a little recessed area in the wall that might have a doorway or a door. and on the other side, another recessed area, but that one you can see has would appear to be like some kind of slats or bars.
Also, kind of like calls over to the group. It seems the above ground isn't all the dragon cult had.
Hmm.
Should we check that out?
Probably.
Also, floats back over to
And
Adelaide.
Vizera shows up, kind of perks up having heard this. Oh, would you be willing?
Sure.
I feel like we're being volunteered at this point, but well,
Well,
I simply have to know what the hell they're hiding in there.
You're gonna want to be careful. This place did have a few nasty little tricks and traps when the people who cleared it out
A
all
grin
those years
goes up
ago.
on Alsana's face. Really?
But a few. They certainly fought tooth and nail to keep it.
Oh, they're hiding something.
I doubt anything's actually living down there, but poke every door with a stick just in case.
Oh, I can do that. Ariel, quick question.
Yes.
Does my bag have a specific dimension limit on how big I can pull it out?
I would say within reason for putting stuff in. I'm pretty loose on that. Tell me what you have in mind.
A 10-foot bowl made of metal.
I'd say that you can do it Mary Poppins bag style. Voom,
Perfect.
Voom, 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 voom. Yep.
All right, let's get the D20.
Yep. Let's see how lucky you are. You've got a
I think it's
10-foot
pretty good.
bowl, and it is made of metal.
Nice little aluminum.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yep, there we
So,
go.
Kane fishes around in the bag, and hand over hand, foom, 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 out of the top of the bag.
All right. You guys want me in the front? Poke things that are dangerous?
Sure.
I mean, you
Probably
could.
fair.
I'll keep off the ground and just give a general look-sees.
I think
If I
that was a
could-
given.
If I can join you on the room, Osana, I can light the lantern too. I won't be able to see down there.
Do you... Okay. Do you really need to see?
Yes.
Just thought I'd ask.
I'll turn it on and off as requested, but I need to see.
Alright, what are the other two, idiots doing to get down then? Am I doing this one person at a time, or...?
Somebody in the crowd raises a hand. Hold on, I'm gonna get some rope and I'm gonna get some pythons and we're gonna make that. We're gonna make a way down, and as you guys are working, we'll make a way back up again.
On the
That's
bright side, it
appreciated.
seems like you found your, expansion
Sounds
to the area.
Well, not exactly the expansion we were after.
No, but it'll be nice
a
and
good one
cool in the
nonetheless.
summer.
Well, as long
Saves
as
you all
it's
the masonry.
as long as it's cleared out. All right. Well, you be careful down there.
Also, like floats over and gives Adelaide a hug. Am I ever... You got a bad question.
Definitely a bad question.
We'll do our best. Make sure you don't want to
Alright.
come with us. Give the old bones a stretch.
I could if you'd like me.
Dodge some poison dart traps.
Well, if you'd like me to come, I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't say yes or no. I'm not going to force you to, but
Oh yes, twist my arm. Just twist it.
Auntie, we'd appreciate your presence and if any help you could offer us.
Then I'm gonna come down. Besides, I should probably be down there just to report everything back to everybody up here, right?
oh, don't worry. I'll be doing a full write-up once we're done here.
And if anything too fast for me to grab comes flying at us, I hope you can help me out with it.
Yeah, two eyes are better than one, though. Of note, if I come along, we're definitely gonna need that light. I see like a blind dog in the dark.
I don't
She's full
blame you.
human, yeah.
Yes, she is.
I wouldn't want to go poking around in traps even in low light.
Alsana just kind of like puts her hand through Adelaide's hair. It's like, right, no, ears don't point. I forget sometimes.
No. Yeah, that side of your heritage came from your mother.
Alsana kind of like tugs on one of her ears. Yes.
Are you tugging at also? Or is she tugging at her own ear or at Adelaide's?
Adelaide's?
And then she slaps your hand away, get off, brat, and then reaches over and tugs one of yours.
No fair, bigger targets.
Kane covers his.
And in the meantime, people are making good on their promise for pythons, knotted rope. There's actually like a couple of them set in there so that a couple people can go down at the same time.
Adelaide, have
It's-
you ever had a ride on the broom?
Well, seeing as you didn't have that broom last I saw,
Good point. She
I think that your other friend should probably have first dibs. I'm not that old, and she swings herself onto a rope and climbs down.
I would have brought her down first. It was just for fun. She floats call.
I'll take it on the way back up.
I'll take it now. Be good for me to test the weight.
Asana floats call it down.
Thank you.
Maintaining eye contact with Kane.
Calder will light the lantern up with and put another flask of oil in there.
All right. And you are down in the room, taking a look around with the slightly better light and the much better vantage point perspective. You see the way you came in, like a square, not too far above you, but 20 feet is still sizable. It's basically like 2 stories above you. It's a good long way. The carved relief on the wall is indeed of a dragon. In fact, it seems to be kind of set in this circle so that you have a great, like, at the very least, adult, if not ancient, dragon arcing above. And then set in a circle below it, what seems to be almost a life cycle of a dragon. You've got the dragon itself, where its head heads towards. You see near the bottom an egg, and then a hatchling, and then a youngling, and then arcs right back up around into a large dragon again.
Asana just kind of like traces her hand over some of the carvings and just... They were certainly enamored with this guy.
Well, they were his most loyal. I'd say bodyguards, except that an ancient dragon doesn't typically need his body guarded.
Meat shields, perhaps.
Meat shields, yes. Lackeys.
Well, nothing worse than
Minions.
religion. For
The
this
ones with the
type of thing is
thumbs.
patriots.
Yes. They looked on him as both a king and a god, practically. Hence all of the practically temples they built around this place, being the last of them. Even after he died, was somehow immortal, that he would never end, and someday he'd be back, and they needed to be there, his loyal servants, and would be rewarded for it.
I liked it a
The
little bit
usual
there.
drivel.
Just
Yeah.
even after he died, they thought he'd come back and be immortal.
They thought that he would come back or return in some manner, that he was immortal,
Okay,
or at least something similar.
alrighty.
But, well, that worked out well for them. They dwindled over centuries until only this lot was left, and then they caused enough problems they had to be dealt with. So they were. I will say that this is a surprise. Look around, and elsewhere in the room, actually I'll go ahead and shift you over onto the larger map that I've built for this, so that you have a visual. There we go. You'll have to scroll over towards the right. And let
There
me
we go.
see if I've got a nice little bit of ambience or not.
Could we get the shadow players for the Adelaide?
Oh, I thought I already had.
Yep,
One
you
second.
You did
Yeah.
last,
Oh, shit.
last
I'll do
session,
it again. Apparently someone missed it.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I must have.
All right.
Done by Ariel because she got frustrated about finding the proper art.
Yeah. Not done particularly well. Like, there's far better art out there, but it's my specifications.
Oh, shut your artist mouth. I like it.
Yeah. basically that for everything you've ever drawn. So
Literally boxes and lines, but thanks. Okay.
that's
So is everything else.
baking is just a bunch of ingredients.
Yeah. Okay. To one side, the smaller recess in the wall does indeed hold a door. It seems to be made of wood. It doesn't look like it's in the best of conditions. Like the metal bits, the hinges and the handle are fairly well rusted, and the door seems to be listing a bit on said hinges. To the other side, however, is a 10-foot wide recess in the wall, and that is with a portcullis of iron. Also rusty, but it doesn't look like it's gonna knock over super easily either.
And is there looking like to be space past the portcullis?
Yes, there is. You can see past it. I believe you're all on the map.
Mm-hmm.
But you can kind of see in this bit of an angle, and you see this room. And in the lantern light, you can see things glittering inside of it.
Glittering how?
Glittering in terms of um, there are various like chests and some crates. There are tables and shelves and benches with various things on them, and you see the glitter more of like metal gleaming.
Osana, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
She kind of like
Uh,
glances over. What are you thinking?
That I want to get into the room with all the shiny things.
Well, I'm going to get there first. But, how do you propose to do so?
The two strongest people lift the rusty portcullis and someone props it open.
She kind of like rolls her eyes like, oh, okay. I guess
Do
you
you have
can
another
do that
plan?
too. Well, do we want to check this other door first just to make sure it's no one leans on it and something goes off?
Maybe hit it with the stick.
I'm gonna go with the stick first. He's gonna just take the stick first, just
Sound
tap
like
the tiles in front.
takes a step back, like kind of like tugs on a back of Adelaide's shirt too.
Yep. Yeah, Adelaide can move back just a wee little bit.
Kane will step in front there and tap the tiles in front of it.
Yep.
Tap the frame of the door, edge of the pole on the handle, and push open.
Clang, 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 clang on the stone around it, and then cling, and the end of the pole kind of sinks into the wood as it splinters and gives way. It is that rotted.
Pulls it back, puts the end against where the hinges connect, and then push again.
Yep. And there's another as the pole bursts into and through the wood. It just kind of caves around it.
And then he'll topple it.
Yep. On the stone floor.
Subtle.
And you see a long stone hallway extending down there. There's a dead end there, but it does seem to curve around or corner around a little bit.
Well, Alaris, you want to watch the hallway while the other four of us try to open up this portcullis? We've got the range for it.
Open. You're cute. She turns into a spider.
You turn into a spider and just scuttle through the gaps. Yep, and you are, Spider Alsana is now inside this larger room.
What does she see?
The same, pretty much the same stuff that she saw before, just more of it. The room isn't packed. There's a lot of empty floor space, honestly, but there does seem to be a fair number of pouches and chests and bits and pieces here and there. Do you want to go ahead and are you just giving a good look around, or is it just like a cursory glance?
Hey, only I can give a good look around.
Stop. She takes out the glasses, throws them on.
As a spider, or if you turn back?
She turns back.
Okay. Yep. You get up, you put on the glasses, and you're able to give a good look around. Pretty much anything. If you're within 1 foot of something, you've got advantage on the investigation check.
All right. So she's just going to walk around the room and just kind of, still like walk gingerly. Also, she's going to cast guidance on herself.
Sorry, quick question, just in case anything goes off in the next minute and a half. Can I assume we got a short rest at some point?
Yes,
Okay.
very
you.
likely you did. At the very least, like bathing probably counted since you were
Just-
soaking up.
Just want to take care of that before everything hits the fan.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
if
clicked-
anybody
I clicked
needs to
wrong
do a
one.
short rest.
Accident. I think it was just down the one slot because I used Moonbeam last time, right?
Yep, you did. I'm pretty sure Moonbeam finished off everything.
And Speechbound Grave is down to none. I didn't use a Harvest Scythe last time, did I?
I think
don't
you did.
recall it.
Did I?
Did you? Did you?
If I did,
I
it was
thought
like
you-
one.
Yeah, I thought you buffed up Moonbeam just once, but I could be wrong.
I'll believe you on it for now.
Now I don't remember, and I'm doubting my own memory.
Yeah,
okay.
me too. Because
Yeah.
I should.
You know
click
what?
Short rest.
Keep your scythes. It's okay.
Okay. No,
Last
it's on.
time was a
It's on. No, that's a long rest. Never mind. Speechbound
Yeah.
Grave, short rest. Whatever.
Honestly, the last fight was simple enough that, you know, if you used it, you might as well not have.
Okay. All right. Then, yeah, she's going to, just, gingerly kind of like, one, make sure she's not about to step on like a piece of stone that sinks in or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but still looking around and rummaging through stuff.
All right, give me a investigation check for close range searching at advantage with your guidance. Everybody else
Kane's
is
just got the
debating
owls.
opening up the door.
Kane just got the owl short bow and just
25.
Nice. All right. You are coming across, um, like small chests of like copper pieces, silver, gold, some stuff that gleams almost like silver but richer, platinum, larger coins. You're coming across small sacks of gems here and there. There are some various like art type items, odd little things, like maybe a little like a little statuette of a dragon. A lot of actually, there's quite a few statuettes of dragons, either carved from wood and stained. There's a few that are apparently carved from stone of various kinds. There's, of course, a lot of like green coloration emeralds. You come across like crates of various fabrics that were probably once rich, but time has not been kind to them.
Maybe there's like a really nice streak of color when it's like folded over itself.
Yeah, but then you like try to pick the silk up, and it just kind of around your fingers. Yeah, not everything aged perfectly well, but the things like the coinage and the gems, the hard items, they seem to be pretty intact. And as you're kind of rifling through down in this corner, oops, where's my arrow? Down in about like this corner here, you kind of pull open this little, not quite a cask, but not a cask. That's a barrel. Word.
Bottle.
No, it's not for liquid. It's like a tiny chest, like a lockbox.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like a crate or
it's not as big as a crate. It's small. She can lift it in both hands.
just a box.
And it's got a little catch on the outside, but it doesn't seem to be locked. It's just one of those where the clasp flicks down over a little jut of metal so that it holds in place, and the box doesn't just fly open by accident.
She'll kind of like give it a
But-
glance.
yeah.
She'll kind of,
But
like, turn it
any-
around in her hands, make sure it's safe to open.
yeah, with that investigation check, it's safe to open. It's safe to pick up. You don't see any little holes or strings or trap things.
Tiny runes or anything.
No tiny runes. You especially would be able to give a look out for those. Safe to open, and in fact, you hear as you have approached it, you hear a very muffled.
She like they're like
Little boy.
eyebrows go together, and she like lightly taps on the box.
And and you hear, "Hey, hello there, hello."
Elzana like puts her hand in her mouth. Oh my goodness. And she'll just kind of like look. What is the other group doing? She's not letting people know about this right away. This is hers.
Yeah,
I'll
guys,
just
what are
watch
you
it.
guys doing?
I'm just watching, holding a short bow in case some shit goes terribly wrong.
Should we? I'm just saying we should open the door, Kane, shouldn't we?
She got herself in the mess, she can get herself out.
Oh, come
Well,
on.
we need to get
need
in there.
to
We need to get in that mess.
we
Do we?
need to inventory this.
Elzana will just
me lift.
like put a hand to the box like, there's someone here, but please be quiet.
Oh
She'll slowly open the box.
You creak it open, and you peek inside, and the first thing you see with the little bit of light in the room is just this gleam of metal inside. And you hear more clearly now a voice. Well, it's about time!
She goes, who are you? I'm not.
Not as slow as you are!
No, I think whoever you were waiting for is, dead by now.
Well, I'm not waiting for anybody in particular, I'm just waiting to be let out.
Alright, no. Do you, like, get, like, what does it look like?
You crack it open just a little bit further, and sitting inside in kind of this velvety like interior, there is about a size of a small paperweight. You could hold it easily in one hand. A small gilded human-shaped skull with pink gemstone eyes.
Oh, fuck no. Fuck that. Get out of there. Fuck that.
What is that?
Okay, and look what I found.
What is that?
Okay. Okay. Kane
Hey!
doesn't know it. Kane doesn't know this. Asana, Devin, fuck out of there.
She just kind of, like, looks like, do you have a name, little guy?
What are you calling little?
I'm taller than you. You're a
Yeah,
small
you're
thing
a
in
giant.
Alright, normal-sized person. What did you have a
That's
name?
better. No, I don't. Kind of always like the sound of Gerald.
If this is
Nah,
Jared
second
Rosenthal, I
thought, that
swear to God,
doesn't,
Ariel.
that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Whatever. So, am I getting out of this box? It's about time.
I mean,
I'd like to stretch my, oh, right, never mind.
jaw.
You see, and though it's talking, it's not moving.
Also, are you arguing with a coin?
She looks over. It's like, it's more than a coin.
A
And she
gem?
goes, can you move on your own?
Nope.
Hmm.
Damn jerks bought me and stuffed me in this. Well, first they left me out, but then they decided they got tired of my voice and they stuffed me in this. Or at least that's what they said.
What do they buy you for? What do you do?
I don't know.
Who sold you?
Some moron.
Hmm. Did he say why he sold you?
Apparently I was annoying.
Ariel, I just got rid of this thing. Come on.
Didn't think you'd do it this fast.
Hey, you want to know a secret? Take me with you and I'll tell you a secret.
Oh,
You'll
absolutely.
like the secret. It's a good secret.
Well, you... What's the secret about?
It's about something that most people don't know to find in this room.
Can she insight check this skull?
You can insight check this skull. It's not going to be easy, but you can try. Turn
Read the
off
body language.
advantage.
Yep, I'm just doing that right now.
Yep, this
Read
is
the body
pure
language of a
tone
face
of
with no skin.
voice. 15 plus your 1d4.
19.
He seems pretty convinced it's a big secret that you'd like to know.
Oh my God, why do the two of you hate me so much?
She goes, tell you what, I might not be the one who keeps you, but I'll get you out of the box. If you tell me where the secret is.
I'll stuff it back holding it.
I don't know about this.
You don't really
Sounds
have much
like
of a
you're
choice.
Oh, it sounds like you're gonna back out on it. Hey, I know more than one secret. I know a lot of riddles. I know a lot of word games.
Really?
I am a good conversationalist. I am great.
I'm personally enjoying my time right now.
Well, that's good. You can take me with you. Promise? Promise you'll take me with you. You gotta promise.
Look, there could be someone else who finds you more valuable than me.
No. You gotta promise. Take me with you.
Let's start easy. I promise to take you with me for 1 year.
Sounds good. I'll take it. So, there's a secret door over there in the corner. I can't point, but turn your head that way. No, the other way. The other way. Yep, right over there.
Okay,
And
that wall's north. Go from there.
Instantly, you see over in this corner. In fact, your investigation earlier had been enough. You just hadn't quite gone that far yet when you came across the skull first. And so you instantly pick out the seam of a secret door in the wall over here.
She looks over and's like, "Oh, I already knew that one."
Have we lifted the
Oh,
portcullis yet?
goddamn. Who is making an effort on the portcullis?
Kane.
All right. Kane and Calda, give me strength checks. I will take both of you and average them out. My god.
Thanks, Kane.
24 plus 9 divided by 2, 16.5, 17. It takes some effort. It takes some heaving. And it's made more complicated by the fact that you kind of went up thinking it's just rusted. It'll just slide right up. But the rust actually makes it stick harder. And it seems that there was a lock in it. So you're kind of straining and high pitched, filling the room.
Oh, Christ.
Why?
That wasn't even as. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was that bad. I can
You
do
can
worse.
hit notes.
Oh no, I know you can do
Over
worse.
the microphone,
I'm
it
not that poorly affected because
I
I
know,
know.
Okay,
please
microphone
don't.
fair. I won't.
Oh god.
Honestly,
With-
so far the skull voice has hurt me more. I promise you that much.
Yeah, or you'll just put your lip right up to the microphone
No.
and just
I-
channel your inner kobold.
I will disconnect. I swear to God.
With
You
a
do that
terrible-
anyways.
With a terrible screech, far worse than the one I just uttered, apparently.
Good.
You eventually manage to, in this shower of rust and iron flakes, get the portcullis up and kind of wedged in place enough that there's basically like a 2-foot gap. Calda can pretty easily duck underneath. Everybody else is going to have to crawl. After that, it is stuck in place. It's going nowhere else.
Also,
Not
I
going
kind
back
of
down either.
glances over and it's like, well, if there's anything conscious in this place, it certainly knows we're here.
We've been smacking things with a stick, Alsana. I think we're not going the stealth route.
Yes, but that noise can be muffled by brick walls. What you just did cannot.
Well, guess what? We
I would
can
argue
I'm
against
pretty
that.
sure everyone in the camp knows what we're doing right now.
Oh my God! All the rocks fell. There was already a bunch of noise.
We can't all turn into spiders, unfortunately.
Yeah.
She kind of like gives this look and it's like, yes, and
Oh,
that's
it was
why.
rocks falling. What that clatter and crash was earlier. I
What
wondered.
the fuck is talking right now, Aslana?
This
Oh, God,
is
what is
well,
that?
he doesn't really have
He's
a name.
not- He's not very bright, is he?
Oh no, he's
I'm not in the room.
Trust me, you can tell from the voice.
Hey, turn me around. I want to see this.
Oh, do you see out the front?
Mostly.
She turns. It's
Kane
like,
is remaining on the one side of the portcullis, just making sure it doesn't drop shut again.
he's like,
Calda's on the other side.
she just like whispers over, "Prepare yourself. His forehead is rather large," and turns the back towards Kane.
Quite good.
And you hear, "Holy, what the hell? What is on your head?
You talking about my hair?
Is that what you call that?
Oh dear.
I mean, I'd insult you back, but I can't see you.
I've seen rubbish tips better kept.
Congratulations.
I love him. He is my
And
new
I've
son.
never
I'm
even
adopting
seen
him
any rubbish tips.
Congratulations.
Where did you
Okay,
find
never
him?
seen rubbish tips better than me.
in a box. This box actually.
Yeah, you can ditch the box, by the way. I don't like it.
Oh, all right.
What's your name? Box Skull Gem.
I don't know.
Well, considering I've just lost myself a skull,
What?
I think you'll be in my New York.
What?
Yorick. I think I could get used to it. Yorick. Okay.
And she kind of like
Yeah.
holds him up dramatically.
No,
Calda,
come on.
Hey, I like this.
Ante, if you come back on this side, I will close the portcullis and leave those two in there.
I don't want that to happen.
She looks over.
We still need her with us.
I can become a
Do
spider
we?
and he's my equipment.
Is he? Do you not take offense to that, Skull?
It's just a skull.
The only thing offensive I see around here is your face.
Lovely, there's two of them.
just
Three of
a
them.
skull.
Three of what?
Us, apparently. You said that when we met Morticia, too.
No, she was more passively insulting.
Hmm. Speaking of which, I don't know if she'll like you or hate you.
I think she'd be fascinated.
Well,
If she's
I
got
am-
any taste at all, it'll be the former.
It's similar to mine, so, I mean, who knows.
Oh, good. Anyhow, secret door right there. You had me right around the first time.
Yep. And also will kind of like drag her fingernails into the little seam crease.
And as you do so, he says, I'm pretty sure the people who were here before put all their shiniest stuff in there. At least that's what they look like.
And Alsana, like, can she, like, open the door?
Calda, go take a cut for me if you.
I'd say
would,
with that investigation check you had earlier, you find the mechanism pretty quickly, and you're able to get it popped open. It creaks wide, kind of into the room beyond, and you see another large vault. And while the vault outside had its share of little chests of like the coinage and a few gems and so on and so forth, most of the items were more like valuable trade goods that have since gone off. This one has a lot more of the real shiny stuff, a lot more of the jewelry, of the cups and gems and glass items and so on and so forth. And of course, in the back, kind of against this far wall, there is another large dragon statue.
Does this one have gems in its eyes?
Yes, it does. Green, of course.
Do the walls have gems in them?
They don't really have gems embedded in the walls, but there's plenty of gems kind of about in various items. Like right off the cuff, you might see like say a golden chalice that has emeralds inlaid in it, that kind of thing.
So is there talking femur bone in here that you know, or what?
Nah, I'm one of a kind. I think I'm one of a kind. I should be one of a kind.
Well, I hope so. I'd like to have something unique.
Oh, good. Hey, want to hear a riddle?
She pauses and just like, proceed.
Right. Okay. It's been a while. Let's see. He who makes me doesn't want me. He who buys me doesn't need me. He who uses me doesn't care.
Do I get a reward if I answer it correctly?
Well, I would say I'd give you a secret, but I just gave you this one.
Yes. Do you have any more secrets? You said you did.
Here and there. Call this one a test run.
So, out of character, go through that riddle again.
Here. Yep. He who makes me doesn't want me. He who buys me doesn't need me. He who uses me doesn't care.
Oh, it's a coffin.
Right in one! I'll call this an IOU, perhaps.
Are they all going to be, death themed? I can get behind this.
I don't know that they're all death themed, it's just whatever I heard.
I'm just saying, I picked up a talking skull and it told me a riddle about a coffin.
I can try. But, I might run dry eventually.
You're already dry.
Ha!
Asana is vigorously looting through the room as this is going on.
Okay. Adelaide kind of goes in behind you and is also giving a look around.
I'll repeat, Calda, please bring me a cut. I have so little money.
Indeed, I will. Don't worry.
Don't worry, we'll divide it up afterwards, but quite frankly, and she
Yeah,
just
yep.
starts going through.
Adelaide is mentioning, before we get a little bit too loot happy, most of this probably should be looked over for any problems first, magically speaking.
I can
And
do it.
also, we probably should put at least some of it to keeping up the upstairs a little.
Yes, of course. I'm just.
But yeah,
It's if there's anything magical that isn't troublesome, well, I mean, I've already found one.
pretty sure we'll put you forward, and I'm pretty sure nobody's going to fight you for that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, watch what you're calling a thing, old bag.
Okay, Alsana kind of like taps the skull with her finger forcefully. Hey, you be nice to her.
Oh, there's an exception. Okay.
There's a distance. I literally asked if you were considered an equipment or not, and you said it's fine.
Um,
Hmm.
as you're kind of rummaging through, I can give you like a more full list later. You're basically finding a lot of treasure type stuff. As you, however, step in further into the room, as I assume you're kind of going through the whole room.
Does the investigation check stack or, like continue? Because she is still
Yeah.
being careful.
I am just kind of keeping it.
Okay.
But as you're going further and further in, you see the two stones in the statue's eyes start to glow. Very, very faint glimmer at first. And then it grows brighter and brighter. And then there's a pulse and a shattering sound, and you feel this twist of magic in the air. As apparently there was a ward on the place, and it got tripped. So if you could move yourself into the room, please, wherever you might be.
She's probably
Because positioning suddenly becomes important.
she's probably
I'll
in
say
there.
that Adelaide wasn't too far back from you.
I think Kane was like in the door, wasn't he? Or Calda?
Kane is still holding the
Sorry, I meant Calda.
The portcullis cane is very stuck. Is stuck
Oh,
fast in its new position.
That's fine. He was
You
still
would've
gonna wait, but he's
noticed.
not crawling under.
Okay. Calda's there, and as this magic twists and shatters, there's a sudden pulse in the air, and we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative as suddenly the ward summons into the room two massive
Oh,
creatures.
fuck.
And we're going to go ahead and bring up the initiative tracker. Everybody needs to roll initiative as I try to get the music working that
fuck.
turned off. Yeah. Yeah, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
I hate not having dexterity.
Let me go ahead and get these guys on there. He's got initiative. I'm just going to have them both go on the same turn. There's only two. There we go. And Adelaide is on there. Is everybody on the initiative tracker?
No.
Hey, I know what those things are.
Calda is calling out. Ilaris, are you retroactively saying that you had come into the room despite being on guard duty?
Yeah.
I'll allow
Once I
it.
heard the whatever.
Oh, once you heard the whatever, that's when initiative starts and you would have to move on your turns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep, that works. All right, I believe everybody is on there. Let's go descending order. Alsana, you are first.
All right.
These two beasts come to life, just kind of twisting out of thin air as this magic goes off. And the eyes of the dragon statue, the glow diminishes as they appear, and these two things kind of flex their wicked-looking talons and start to at you. But far better and more terrifying than that.
Are we worrying about collateral right now, or?
The room is full of like precious like art items and stuff, but
Basically, if I
I'll
put
say
moonbeam, am I radianting
No.
paintings?
no. Yeah, no, it's not going to be that bad.
All right. In that case,
Moonbeam it up.
she is going to beam at 3rd level.
Okay. Show me your radius.
Um,
These guys are doing Constitution saving throws.
one of them is.
Okay, one of them.
Yeah, because it's 5 feet, unfortunately.
Okay, 5-foot radius.
Cross shape. Color halo.
Oddly, I thought that your moonbeam was bigger before. Was it a mistake?
Oh, it's 5-foot radius.
Oh, there it is. Yes, that's why. Duh.
However, she is going to be doing it on the one that is adjacent to her.
Sounds good. Okay. This guy gets to make
and-
con save. Does not make your DC.
And you know what? Let's throw on one of these.
All right. Go ahead and give me your roll there.
Um,
How many are you spending?
just one.
Okay.
Uh,
So 12 radiant plus
1d10.
1d10 of necrotic. Go ahead and give me the roll. 4. Okay. Good news, he doesn't seem to resist any of that.
Yep.
You hear this little shriek as it hits.
Yep, I know these because you guys didn't fight them, but I knew Engel killed some, so I kind of wanted to know them.
Yep. All right.
And, you know what? Is there anything else she'd like to do? I think for now she's just. I want to back up. Yeah, you know what? She'll risk it. She's gonna.
Okay.
No. Adelaide and Calda are right there. Yep, she'll be fine. She'll stay there.
Okay, in that case. Adelaide is going to race up to the one that's up against you.
Sorry, Auntie.
Oh, it's all right. We'll get this. And she's got her fists at the ready, and she is going to go ahead and do some unarmed strikes as she lashes out with fists and feet in punches and kicks. Let's go ahead and say it's going to do... Yeah, because she's got some fun stuff, just part of her unarmed strikes, apparently, because I just pulled an NPC sheet. So that's a 1. That misses. A 2. That hits, and she's going to try and make it, take that off. She's going to try and make it, go prone, let's say, for this one. So that is a dexterity saving throw, which it makes, and her last strike misses, unfortunately. She's usually a lot better than this, but she is not fully limbered up, and it's been a while. Anyhow, that was her turn. Calda.
Alrighty, Calda's gonna run up, bonus action, cast. Yeah, let's do magic weapon on the greatsword, and because it's on the greatsword, I can't attack, so I'm gonna take the dodge action.
All right, sounds good. All attacks
Yep.
against you have disadvantage.
Why can't you attack?
I need 5 feet for greatsword.
You just can't get into range.
Wait. If I drop the greatsword on the ground and do an attack with the glaive, or I can't because I already used a bonus action.
Yeah, that
it's
might
a
get a little
free action to
tricky.
drop it, though.
I need to take it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
then
the question of... I think that dropping the weapon on the ground technically is different from then stowing
yes,
it.
if you drop a weapon on the ground, I'm very sure it costs nothing, and then a draw is a free action, but a draw and a stow would be a bonus action.
Yeah. The question you know what? I'm not going to bother with the question of whether she had the sword out. If you want, you can drop it, and you can make an attack with the glaive.
Okay, I'm gonna drop it behind Alsana for reference too, just
Sure.
in case that makes any difference, or just between her own feet, and then 2 attacks with glaive on the one to the right.
Sounds good. Let's have those swings. That misses, but that one hits. Unfortunately, the glaive is not magical and does not do as much
Yep.
damage as you'd like.
Yep.
However, you have
Okay.
poked it. Someone has drawn a sword.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right, is that your turn?
Yep.
Elaris, you've heard a sudden commotion. You've heard the shrieks of some kind of beasts inside.
Oh,
You know
man.
something's going down.
Time to mobilize.
Yep. You do have to kind of squeeze underneath the portcullis. I'll say that only takes an extra 5 feet of your movement. Just knock that off your total movement. Because there's not much space for you.
Here.
Yeah.
So.
So if it's from there and you extra 5 feet, you'd be up to here. Unless you dash to it.
Yeah.
Are you dashing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
dash.
That's 25 feet. That works. And then dash brings you. Yep. I think you've got another.
What about here?
You'd have one more.
Yep. Thereabout.
And for my bonus action, I will cast Hexblade's Curse on this one.
Okay. I believe that'll just be a little skull and crossbones to keep track of that. Just remember it's there, please. And I will try to do
Let me
this.
just actually click the thing.
Okay. All right. Okay, interesting things start happening. You're out of range. As the Vrock's turn is next. The one that's in the moonbeam first needs to do another con save and take more damage, I believe. So if you could repeat that through.
Scroll up.
15. What's your DC again?
DC. I'm pretty sure it's 15.
All right, so it makes it so it's half damage once we've got that repeat. 22, not bad. As you're slowly wearing this thing down, it seems. And it kind of does this this leap over you to get out of the moonbeam's effects. I don't believe it leaves anybody's melee range for that, so... Alright. And now it's within 15 feet of everybody. And it's going to... use that. Everybody in that area needs to do a Constitution saving throw. As I get Adelaide's in there. Alright, Adelaide is good. Alsano, you are fine.
All of them
Elaris,
have plus
no.
whatever from.
They
wouldn't
assault.
all.
Plus
Calda.
two.
Well, within 10 feet, yeah, they would.
Oh,
Yeah.
Calda. Yeah. Never mind.
Alright, what is your bonus?
Plus 2. My charisma's plus 2.
Alright, Elaris, you're still not succeeding. So you become poisoned. While poisoned in this way, you take this poison damage at the start of each of your turns. So technically, you do not take this damage yet. However, at the start of your turn, 5 poison damage. If you want to put it on there so you don't forget, that's fine. At the end of your turn, you can repeat that saving throw. Okay. Yep. Let's go ahead and put a little green dot on you for poisoned. All right. And the other Vrock here is within 20 feet of everybody, so he's not going to move as he emits this horrifying screech. Everybody, another Constitution saving throw. Remember your +2 from Calda.
Damn it. Nope.
Adelaide is not okay. Alsana, no. Calder, you're good. Elaris is fine. So Adelaide and Alsana both are currently stunned until the end of the Vrock's next turn. That's not good. Put a little token there. Yep. And with that, this particular Vrock is going to actually fly up and kind of jam itself up into the corner. I believe that Calda gets an attack of opportunity. You're still holding the glaive at that time.
Yep.
That
That probably doesn't
unfortunately
hit.
misses. Yeah, 13, not enough. As this thing is now jammed up in the corner, and these rooms have some fairly high ceilings. This one is vaulted. I'll say that the corner it's in is a good 15 feet up. It's not the full 20 that was in the first room that came through, but yep. All right, that is their turn. Kane, a lot of commotion.
Yeah, there is. Alright, shit. Kane is going to, drop 10 feet for 5 feet, half movement to get up. He has 5 more feet. Dash action. 1, 2. Can I see both rocks from here?
Yeah, I was only taking off 5 foot of your total speed to get through there. So basically,
Oh, okay.
you've got 25 feet of movement on your first thing, and then if you dashed, it's another 30. And yes,
Okay.
you can see rocks from there. You can see at least the one outside the door, and then you see them both once you come in.
Alright, so, Owl Soul short bow on the rock closest to the. I cannot remember the names right now of.
Are you action searching?
Yeah, sorry, action surge.
Okay. Basically, north rock, south rock. Which one?
North.
Okay. Let's have them.
Yep. There we go. Oh, my buttons work. There we go.
Oh, 24 does hit. 6
And on
piercing
that
damage.
attack, gonna add a frighten.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. 8 total damage. Well done. And it's a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Superiority dice are not magical effects, right? They're just
No,
things.
it's
just
okay.
it's physical.
I didn't-
Very physical.
I didn't think so, but
Yeah.
my
It's like
brain for
brutal
half a
critical.
second. Yep. All right. So that is a wisdom. There you are. 16.
Shit.
It's
Okay.
unfortunate. That would have been brilliant.
Secondary attack. And same thing.
Okay. Okay. Give me your next. Okay. Frighten. 7 points of damage. 25 definitely hits. And another wisdom save. This time, it is afraid. While you are in view, it is frightened for this round. Which
So any of its
means-
attacks have disadvantage while I'm within eyesight.
Yep. All right.
And I can't willingly move closer to you.
Yep. Okay, Alsana, you are stunned right now. Adelaide is
Calda's
stunned.
turn.
Calda.
Okay, let's stow the blade, pick up greatsword.
Yep.
And take 2 swings at this motherfucker.
Sounds good. Let's
Yep.
have hit and hit. All right. It
I
is
think
magic,
there's-
so yes.
And there's a +1 bonus to the damage for both of them, so that's 14 and 9.
Quick question,
Oh,
Calda.
Right.
Yes.
What's your fighting style?
Defense.
Okay.
Okay, you have done some pretty solid damage right there. Anything else?
No, Calda's gonna stay there. She can't use a bonus action for anything fun right now.
Okay. With that, Elaris, it's your turn. You just took some poison damage, and the rest of the turn is yours.
Alright, so I have one of them Hexblade's cursed. So I'm going to actually do I wanna I'm trying to think. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna drop a darkness onto this one, into this corner.
Okay.
So the 15-foot square into the 15 radius sphere.
Okay. 15 radius sphere kind of originating from the corner, or is it going to be, oh, it's 15-foot radius sphere, so is it kind of in the corner and it's just this chunk here?
Actually, is there? I don't want to impede anyone else's vision thing. So yeah, it'll just be originating.
Okay. Sounds good. And it's probably
See,
just kind of up off the
this-
ground, so the sphere is just touching the ground
Yeah.
15 foot. So, yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Also, Lars, make sure for that spell you change it to concentration.
Yeah, I know. I don't have my spell card. Yeah.
Concentration 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Alright then. That was your action. Anything bonus action that you can do or would like to do?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll cast Hex. Wait, no.
Are we
yeah, Hex.
concentrating on darkness?
That's concentration. Yeah, concentrating on darkness. Yeah.
Alright.
Do you want me to draw the darkness?
I
Yeah.
think we can remember it's that corner,
Yeah, well, just to know like where it stops, I guess.
if you'd like.
So it's 15 feet from the corner.
15 feet out from the corner. Yeah.
Wait, would it go out to here?
It would. It overlaps your moonbeam.
Yeah.
Technically, your moonbeam might cut through the darkness. I'm not quite sure. It's
Spells
a
area
weird
of light
thing.
created by spell second level lower. The spell that created the light is dispelled.
But you did a third level
Yep, moonbeam's third
moonbeam.
level.
You're fine. Alright.
I'm just trying to remember how it works in reverse. If a higher spell is.
Let's just.
I think it's only spells that specify magical darkness.
Yeah. Let's say for the sake of this, it's probably a moot point
All right.
at the moment.
Mm.
Basically, nothing can see that rock. That rock can't see anything, but it is now the rock's turn.
Well,
However,
I can see the rock. Yeah.
yes, you can see the
Because I
rock.
have
That's
double-
a good point. Regardless.
Which means I have advantage on my next turn.
Advantage?
Because it's
blinded. That's blinded, that's right. You do. Well,
Assuming
you
it can't
would,
see through
but
magical darkness.
yeah, honestly, it's about to move. But I'm gonna deal with the one that's frightened first. It's kind of backed up in the corner. It's got a couple of stunned targets, but it's also scared out of its mind of what just came through the door. And seeing as that's within 20 feet right now, it is going to screech because the other one screeched last time. They have now both screeched.
I got
It's
those two
also on his
backwards.
Save
Shit.
again.
Yeah, because unfortunately, I think that you were about to come out.
Yep.
Actually, can that overlap like that? Oh, whatever.
If two abilities of the same
Yeah.
effect go, the one with the longer duration lasts.
Yeah.
So then it just
yeah,
re-ups to that guy's next end of that guy's next
Mhm.
turn.
Unfortunately, Adelaide is stunned again.
Yep. So it's also
call that-
we are doing
call that
something.
fine. Yep, Kane is stunned.
Wow.
Elaris, you're fine.
Wow.
My god. Okay. However, that is pretty much that Brock's turn. It cannot move willingly closer to Kane. It's certainly not going to go into the moonbeam. The other one, however, is going to blindly come barreling out
It has to
and
it has to make a check to see if it can go out that way.
does it?
That's a homebrew rule, not
Yeah.
the actual one.
It's disoriented. Yeah. Is it?
That's a homebrew rule.
Yeah. It kind of knows it knows where the wall is. It's up
It
in the
just
corner.
heard its friend scream.
Yeah, and it knows
Yeah,
about what
fair
direction you guys were in the beginning. It might come out a little
Okay.
bit dizzy, disoriented,
Maybe with like
up in
5
the
or
air
10 feet
here,
less.
but it then catches sight of you as its head emerges, and it's able to correct its course and swoop straight
Like a
down
woodpecker
towards
from
you.
hell.
That is
Dang.
quite the statement. Oh, by the way, Alaris, at the end of your turn, redo that Constitution saving throw, please. +2 from Calda to see
What?
if poison goes away.
Oh, okay.
This is in your benefit, okay? I almost forgot. Because if you succeed on that, you're no longer poisoned. Yep, okay. Let's go ahead and take that little green dot
Okay.
off. So as you shake off that poison, the rock suddenly comes barreling blindly out of the darkness, sees you, fixes on you, and swoops forward beacon talons at the ready. Let's go ahead and one attack with beak. That probably doesn't hit. And the talons,
No.
17?
Let me see.
I think yours
Let me
is
just
16,
see.
isn't it?
Yeah, that hit.
All right,
I
15
see
points. of slashing damage. I'm gonna go ahead and roll to see if that one recharges its one attack. No, it does not.
Concentration, boy.
Oh yeah, concentration on darkness, DC 10. Darkness is gone. However, the rock had left it, so probably we're gonna drop it anyhow.
Dang.
I would guess.
No, I was gonna say yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I really hate to bring this rule up. Well, Sana, you're incapacitated, so technically you lose Moonbeam. You can't concentrate on a spell if you're incapacitated.
Hey, she's stunned.
Yeah, stun is incapacitated too, isn't it?
I don't think it
No,
is because
it's not.
Stunned creature is
incapacitated.
incapacitated, can't move,
Hmm.
it can speak only falteringly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's why stun is such a bitch.
So my monks use it so often.
Conditions: incapacitated.
It's
Can't
in concentration.
It says can't take actions or reactions. Is it in concentration?
Yeah, it's in the
I'm
concentration
checking
rule.
that right now.
Yeah, me too. Spells.
Page
concentration.
203.
Oh, you lose the concentration if you are incapacitated or if you die. It is in the Roll20 thing. Well. Okay. Well, the rocks have taken their turn. Both are within reach of any melee fighters. Kane, you are stunned.
Yep.
Until the end of the rock's next turn. So is Alsana. So is Adelaide. Calda, you're still up.
We're still hitting the rock.
Hit him! Hit him good!
Okay, +1 to hit for all of these and +1 to damage.
Yep.
1, 2,
Miss.
fuck.
10 points
Oh.
of damage. It's looking rough.
Damn it, I forgot to do the thing.
You have a smite. It's a
I
demon.
would... It is. Oh, I can drop a smite.
You
That's
can,
true.
if you'd
I'll
like.
drop a smite.
Okay.
I'll drop a. Why is it showing me 5th level? I'm dropping.
It shows all the options.
Okay, I'm gonna drop just the first one, see what it does.
Okay. Alright, so 6 radiant, +2 because it is a fiend, 8 points of damage.
Oh,
It's
fuck
still
yeah.
alive, it's looking rough. It's looking rough.
Okay.
Anything
good
else
to
on your
know.
turn?
Nope, because I forgot to do my bonus action thing again.
Alright. Next time for sure. I'll try
Next
to prompt
time.
you if I remember. Elaris.
Cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna point blank 2 sharpshooter rounds into the one in front of me.
You have
me the rolls.
disadvantage because you're poisoned.
No, he's not.
No, he shook it off.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
I shook
Yeah.
it off, motherfucker. Don't you dare put that on me.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
I've just been stressing about this fight this whole time.
I'm sorry. That hits. That hits.
God damn.
Okay, good.
Damage. And it is magical, so yes, it is full damage.
What's your bonus on Hexblade's
Yes,
Curse? Is
it
it
is
damage
magical.
or is it?
It's damage.
Oh, yes.
Hexblade's Curse is a +3 bonus to damage.
All right, so 3 more points of damage. Let me go ahead and take that off. Thank you for reminding us. All right. Anything else on your turn?
I am
Fucked.
melee range.
Okay. Oh, Misty Step. Unoccupied space you can see. You can see out the door. You can see further into the room. Where would you like to go? All right. Poof. And the rock looks very confused for a moment, looking around for you.
I'm in danger.
Yes, you are. I'm sorry to say. As one target just vanished, it's the rock's turn next, and it sees a stunned, incapacitated half-orc wavering on his feet right in front of it, so it's going to just charge forward and take the next target. Is there advantage?
Yep.
All right. Oh my god!
Oh
Yep.
no.
I'm sorry.
23.
This boy adamant.
I'm pretty sure that
That one
misses.
misses.
Wow.
Oh, that was feast or famine. Wow.
Welcome to my life.
Yep. Okay. The other one has the options of 2 easy pickings and one thing that's been sticking it. It's going to go for the easy pickings, and it's going to go one on each. Let's go ahead and say the beak on Adelaide, and then the talons on Alsana. The beak does hit Adelaide, and 10 piercing damage on her. Alsana, 10 piercing damage. I'm pretty sure 24 does not miss. However, at the end of their turns, you guys' stuns wear off.
There we go.
And bonus action to switch to my sword, because I don't think the short bow is going to help me here.
No, it's not.
Real quick, let me just chuck something on the sword. I can do extra, right? Alright, so I'm going to... nope, cost bonus action. Alright, I'm just going to make 2 swings.
Okay. Let's have them.
Hang on, I've clicked it, it's just being slow.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of your stun marks. There we go. So we're not confused.
Dang. Maybe
Alright,
don't go
so
there.
Kane.
Maybe don't go there.
I'm trying to get the +2 bonus, honestly. But I can move to there if needed.
Yeah, that works.
Wait, my movement went through, but my attack didn't? There we go.
There's the attack. That hits. Well done. 15
Alright.
slashing damage.
And
Alright.
secondary attack. And I'm going to use my
That hits.
Orcish Fury to deal an additional dice of damage to that.
Okay. Another 4 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, you're starting to batter this thing about. Anything else?
Nope. That's all.
All right, Alsana, you have shaken off the stun right after taking a talon across the chest. You look over, Adelaide has been torn at by a beak. Calda has got the greatsword out and has just been hacking away at this thing. It's looking rough. Your spell is gone. What would you like to do? You're doing something.
That's very
Fairy fire. Okay. Dexterity saves on both their parts. Let's see. 16 and 16.
Damn.
Right.
It was a
Dang,
good attempt.
valiant effort. Why are they at advantage again?
Because
I
these
got you.
things... Yep.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yep. Sorry to say it, but they're terrible that way.
I'm fully aware.
Anything else on your turn?
I need some bonus actions. Nope, that'll be it.
Okay. Adelaide's turn is up next. Seeing her options, she's just going to use her multi-attack and start trying to hit this thing. And she's just going to probably attempt to return the stun favor if she hits. That hits. And actually, it doesn't matter because how do you want to do this, Adelaide? How does anybody want Adelaide to do this?
Just uppercut its head off.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, she swings around as this thing just dodges out of the way of your fairy fire burst. It dodges straight into the perfect position for her rising fist, and she shatters its jaw. With that, she
90
immediately
degrees from the neck.
She immediately spins around and races around you guys faster than pretty much any of you can move, and runs over to pummel this one in turn with another hit. Let's see if this thing is stunned, just in case she gets advantage. That is a Constitution saving throw. Let me get the right sheet. There we go. Oh, it is stunned.
Stun.
She has successfully stunned this thing, and she's got one more attack at advantage. That hits, but does not do as much as she wanted. Nevertheless, it's looking battered and bruised and is
Knock it prone.
swaying on its clawed feet.
Knock it prone.
Oh, yep, because it can't do dexterity saves while it's stunned. Can it? So it is stunned and prone. Let's just put a little snail on it. I don't know what else right now. It is on the ground. Calda, easy pickings.
Easy picking. So
Double-
stunned and prone.
We're doing double advantage.
Yep, I don't need to use my bonus action thing. Thank you, Auntie Adelaide. 1. I'm waiting for it because it didn't show up.
There it is.
And 2. Is it?
It's not dead yet.
Just
It's
smite it,
not
just
dead
smite
yet.
it.
That's what I'm doing, damn it!
Smite, we have 2 other attackers.
Oh, goodness. Yes.
It does more on
I
hits.
want to kick its ass.
I
It's gonna do
know.
more. I'm gonna use another.
I'm coming right after it. It's fine.
Save your spell slot.
You're right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I have
We are all
three
beaten up to fuck.
Those smites are hard to
That's true. I need cure wounds for you fuckers.
do.
I can't use my bonus action things. I already had double advantage.
All right, I'm just going to assume, Alaris, you're up.
Crossbow expert, 5 feet, so I can get the advantage.
You get single advantage because prone is still
Single
disadvantage.
advantage.
Yes, prone is
Yes.
weird about that.
That's
So-
why, yeah. Prone is
However-
weird about that.
However,
So,
take your advantage shot.
yeah. Yay! 2 of them.
Oh no,
Yeah.
sorry. It's advantage as long as you're within 5 feet.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you're good.
interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
Roll
anyway,
for natural 20s.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on this, and I put it right through its skull.
all right. Don't mind it
Oh,
moving
right,
over.
that's
I
all
just
point
can't
blank.
access the menu. There we go. All right, shoot it right through the skull. One took an uppercut from
Yeah,
the
point
underside of the
blank.
jaw, the other a bolt from the top. And with that, these things give that thing gives one last little squawk as it reaches trying to scratch at somebody, and then it falls limp to the ground, ending this combat.
Yeah.
Also,
All right.
kind of like breathes and just like, okay, harpies and then these.
Alright.
I'm getting a very nice feather dress created once we head back to Windsor.
I don't blame you. I kind of want some adornings for my crossbow with this.
You can stick a feather on it. It's nice.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Adelaide kind of prods it with her tone, grimaces. I wouldn't bother. These things are nasty.
Alessandra
I
looks
don't
and goes,
think
yes,
you-
and?
I don't think you want to
That's
have
the whole.
I don't think you want to have those on your body.
Alessandra kind of like tilts her head.
Ah.
And might I ask why?
They tend to decompose real quick, for one thing.
Well, she'll just start plucking some feathers.
As you wish.
Kane's gonna go to loot the room while she does that.
All right.
Calder will pluck one and just put it in her hair.
Okay. You guys pretty much go through these rooms pretty thoroughly. You can Adelaide might have you start hauling some things out. Calls up to those above to start lowering some large baskets or buckets for some of the smaller items to be sent up. And she pretty much says, "All right, well, damn, you guys, go ahead and tell you what, if you can stuff it in your pockets, and I'd say, Kane, that bag doesn't necessarily count. I know what those things can do.
I was really hoping you wouldn't notice that yet, but alright.
Go ahead and find your pick of stuff that looks interesting.
Alessandra's
First
going for
question,
gems.
any weapons?
Yeah, weapons.
Yeah,
Not-
weapon.
No weapons in these rooms.
Damn. Okay, gems.
Okay.
Alsana
What
is
kind of
looking,
shit can we find?
Alsana is putting on the glasses and is looking for anything with magic runic inscriptions.
Okay, yeah, you don't really come across very much in here that's like magic, or obviously so. You can go ahead and give me an investigation check just to see if maybe there's something. Let's call it luck. Call it luck with investigation.
Luck with investigation.
Pretty much, investigation check with your advantage, just in case. I fully imagine that you're going to get some insane number that I'm going to have to reward, but... Alright, 17 plus 4, 21. Let's see, what on here might be interesting? Magic, magic, magic. Um. Well, there's kind of this oddity. You come across a glass bottle, almost like a potion vial. It looks like, but there's no potion inside. And it's like sealed shut, like it's melted shut. And it's full of what seems to be just shifting smoke and little points of light. Basically, a really pretty shelf sitter.
Sana will take it and pocket it.
Yep. As for others, we can just kind of shuffle through like some mundane treasures. You know what? Just for fun, everybody go ahead and roll 1d100 because I've got some.
Oh no.
Can also do her best to find the gothest thing in the room.
Roll me a d100 and I'll see. This is randomized a little bit.
76.
Okay.
Of the full variety.
Technically, I've got 2 charts here in this book that I'm looking at. One is mundane treasures. The other is peculiar knickknacks. So, tell you what, as a group, do you want me to just pick one from each for you and have you each roll another d100?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
Let's
gonna do
incur the chaos of D100s.
exactly. Wait before you roll anything. I'm gonna go through these first before they get lost scrolled up in the chat. Calda, 28. You find a wide golden bracelet etched with dancing bears.
Oh, it's that chart.
Ooh.
Bears.
It's a little bit out of place, the animal involved, but they probably got treasures from various sources over the centuries that they were in power and control. 57 for Kane. You find a silver serpent torque. A torque is kind of that close set, open-fronted necklace, usually made of metal. If you need to look it up, it's Torque. Silver serpent torque.
Just gonna keep that in my hand in case Alsana wants to trade for Goth.
Okay. Elaris, 36, you find a red velvet cloak. I'll say that since you're finding things to take with you, you actually find something kind of buried in the bottom of something that's been sheltered from most of the elements, so it's still in good enough condition to wear. Alsana,
Yeah, nice.
at 76, you find a drinking horn rimmed with gold and tiger's eye gems.
Sana looks over at Kane.
Well,
Trade.
Sure.
Alright.
All right, having swapped treasures, go ahead and everybody roll another d100 for just weird little things. Maybe things that might have been in the first room or got lost along the way.
Sorry.
Asana with a 60.
It was a silver serpent torque.
Yep.
Just like Torque and Mechakar.
Oh, that's interesting. Alsana, according to this chart, you find a vial of holy water on a necklace.
Of course she does.
Elaris, at a 72. Elaris, you find a small black sphere. Just a small ball of an unknown material. It's cool to the touch, I'd say. It's solid. It's got a satisfying weight to it. It fits in the palm of your hand.
Reminiscent of his magic item, perhaps?
Maybe, but much bigger, and it's not actually a pearl.
Huh.
Kane, you're tripping me up because I'm looking at the screen and seeing good first and almost saying that.
You can say good, it is correct. I would
Yeah, I
answer
know.
to it.
Ooh.
Kane, you find a simple little wooden box. It looks nice. It's polished to a sheen. You
There's a
pop-
fucking skull in it, I'm tossing
no,
it.
no. You pop it open, and it, you hear this little clink, clink, clink noise, and it plays a simplified rendition of, let's say, a very, very old traditional bardic song.
Ugh.
Calda, 35. You find a shallow wooden box filled with clay and a single writing stylus.
Ooh.
So is it the stylus just to write things in the clay?
Yeah. Basically like a cuneiform tablet sort of thing. The clay is surprisingly still soft. It's been
Oh, that's essential.
yeah. It's been fairly well preserved. The cloth that was laid over it, the wrapping around it. All right, and I'll say that. Oh, you'll get the money and gems that I wrote down for the hoard away later. I'll say after
Worry
you
about it
finished
later.
up in here. Yes, basically everything's been hauled
Almost
upstairs
money.
for now. Yeah, and they're talking about getting some platforms together in order to pull up the bigger chests and so on. In the meantime, however, Adelaide has gone over to this door that you've poked in and is peering down the hall with her human eyes. Kind of moves over and waves you guys over.
Alsana
Right.
like slowly walks behind her. Just, what are you doing?
Is everybody still all right to go on? I feel like there's more to this place.
Huh?
I know there is.
Sure.
We could patch ourselves up a bit if you'd like.
Let me do some healing. I think that'll be good.
Actually, here, I have a friend we could use. It'll only cost me one thing. You can do the more. It's more for the long term. You can do the short term if someone gets knocked down and the like. Alsana will conjure up her healing spirit.
Kane will probably take that for 4 rounds.
Okay.
Because he got fucked
it's
up.
1 minute. How many rounds is that?
So that's 10 rounds.
10 rounds.
So that
Yeah.
would be
46 for King.
Yep. So that's 10d6 distributed amongst the party.
All right. How do you want to split it up amongst the party?
Alsana will take 2 just from the 10 she took.
I'll take 4.
We see that.
Yep. Adelaide can take 1. She doesn't necessarily need. She might need 2.
Alsana will give her
Depending.
2.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll those for Adelaide.
In this case, there's 2 remaining. Alaris, Call, did you get hit?
Called is good.
Alaris, did you get hit at all? Oh, okay.
Oh, John's gone. I think he
Hit
might.
once.
You got hit once, right, Alaris?
Yeah.
Alright, take 2d6.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, because you got poisoned. That's what it was.
For the record, Alsana's little healing spirit. It's like an obsidian snitch almost.
Huh.
And
Does
it's
it screech? Does it screech nevermore while it flies?
No, but its name is Poe. No, I'm kidding. It's just kind of just a little like ball of a little like metal ball with these like dark wings.
Okay. Take a minute to heal up as people are kind of hauling stuff up. A few are coming down the ropes in order to help do the loading of the crates since you've cleared out at least these 2 treasure vault rooms.
Also, just during it, Alsana will just open up the well, I guess pull out the skull, pull out Yorick.
Yep.
Just you wouldn't happen to know any other secrets in the area, would you?
I mean, in this building?
Yeah. Any?
No. I don't know. Honestly, I just kind of got taken down here and put on a shelf in there, and I saw the secret door happen a few times, and then they stuck me in a box.
You missed the part about the demons being summoned.
There were demons.
Yeah, 2 of them. Are you a demon?
Oh, is that what all that screeching was?
Yes, indeed.
Don't think I'm a demon.
Are you just? What would you call yourself if you had to put a label?
Skull?
Are you magical?
What the fuck do you think, Alsana?
She looks over.
Yeah, actually, the ugly one's got a point.
She's looking over. I'm checking to see if it's purely a construct, or if it's an actual soul bound to an object.
Isn't a construct still magical?
It was a
No.
question. If you'd like to do the research, be my guest, you blockhead.
I'd love to shut the box, that's an option.
He's out of the box. He's in my hand.
I'd still love to shut the box on him.
And she's gonna like pats his head. It's like, don't you listen to that idiot.
You two are insufferable. I'm gonna go
You're gonna go what?
take a nap. Lars is gonna go and conk out because he's just used 2 of his spell slots. He needs them back.
Alzana will like float over just in front of him. He's like, "There's more to explore, you know."
Or you can stay here and we can take the loot.
Spell slots. So.
Well, stay back and
Well,
shoot stuff with the crossbow.
I just spent my spell healing you. If we were going to take a break, you should have made that clear earlier. She like grabs him by the collar. We're going. You can shoot your
Fine.
bow as much as you can, just don't run out of bolts.
Well then, who's taking the lead?
I can float ahead. Or,
I was gonna float, stay ahead and use the stick still.
or we can, roll the boulder down the hall, so to say.
Yeah, I'd be a happy rock.
All right.
Well, then, by all means, Pebble.
All right. Well, follow behind me, landslide.
Okay. Start heading down the hall.
She pulls up the skull and's like, "That I'm like much smaller than him. I don't get the what is he going for there?"
I don't know. Maybe landslide's a lot of really little rocks.
She shrugs and sticks the skull back on. Can she get some rope and basically like hang it from her the side?
Yeah.
How big is he? Is he like a proper skull or?
No. He is probably about the size of your fist.
All right.
You can easily cradle one hand, like I said.
So it would be possible for her to just like get a bit of rope and like thin string or something and just kind of hang it from the side.
Definitely, you can just like fashion this little net thing. In fact, if you have any sort of system or apparatus that you use to hang a potion bottle off your belt, that could probably very easily work for this.
All right.
And yeah, Kane is tapping the floor tiles, bouncing the stick around, and moving down the hallway. The hallway seems clear as you head down it. You assume you peek around the corner and you see a very, very long hallway. Let's see, you've got 60 feet of dark vision, yes? 10, 20, 40, 50. You see about that far from where you are right now. See another doorway on another 5-foot doorway on one side, another 10-foot gap on the other. What seems to be an opening.
Sona floats over, coughs in Kane's direction, and casts guidance on him.
Kane might actually flinch when he feels the hand. Like, what was that?
No, she makes sure to like and like bump him, make it seem accidental.
Okay. Let me roll to see if he notices he has guidance. Never had a cast on him before, so.
I mean, sure.
Okay,
No, she casted on him before.
No, I've never had guidance on him before.
Yes, she has. She casted on you before.
When?
I don't know, but I specifically remember her doing it before and making sure you don't notice. You might have been lagging out at the time, but
That's very possible.
Okay. So, how far up are you guys getting?
I'll give you a D4 and a reflex check at some point. Anyways,
Up to
Just
there,
so that I
still
can,
tapping.
yep, so that I can continue to reveal things, because that gives you D60. You see the start of what seems to be a larger room
Alaris.
up ahead.
I like to imagine Alaris just like, but the rocks.
I've moved him. Alaris, you're up with the others at the back of the pack.
Did Alsana get much feathers off the rocks?
I'll say you got a good fistful,
Alright.
but they are raggedy, even worse than the harpies.
Alright.
All right.
Yeah. Kane is doing the same check with the door, seeing if it's rotten like before.
It's a little bit more solid than the other one. It doesn't seem to have taken quite as much damp, probably because of the cracked foundation letting water in over time.
Alright.
But you tap around it, the stick doesn't seem to be triggering anything.
Alright, in that case again, push the handle open far away.
Sorry, meant to ask a bit earlier. Can we take a quick break at some point? I don't know if we're about to walk into
Oh.
anything or something.
Yeah, you guys are just poking around at this point. If everybody needs a quick bathroom break, go ahead.
I need to. I don't know about everyone else. Just.
Yeah, I'll take one.
All right. Back in 5. Back in 5.
Yep.
You know, I wasn't nearly as effective in that fight as I wanted to be.
I'm sorry.
No, that's alright. It
Mhm.
made sense. I started far away. I figured that would happen. I was just hoping that my I wouldn't get stunned right away, but it happens.
Yeah. I really didn't expect to stun as many people as I did.
I'm the only one with a good, decent constitution. If it was a wisdom save, all 3 of them would have been fine.
Mhm.
By the way, Ty, I apologize. I've been sending you cursed photos all day today.
Keep
Have
in mind,
you?
this is now on the recording.
Yeah. Have you, Conrad?
Did you not get them?
No.
I'll have to find them again.
Where on Discord?
No.
I'm gonna check Tumblr. Okay. I haven't got any photos, I just got the video and the Legolas.
Damn. Okay, I'll have to find them again. Excuse
Speaking
me, it's Lego loss.
No, I don't want to accept that.
Speaking of cursed things, Conrad,
Oh, you mean the skull?
how do you like me trying to sneak in some practice voices yesterday? I had no idea what I was doing, and I'm still not doing the voice quite right, but
Hold on, yesterday?
yeah. When I offered to attempt the voice, since it wasn't quite the same anymore.
Oh my god, that. Okay.
Mhm.
That one wasn't so bad as the inherent rage this one caused me. Like, for 10 minutes, I was genuinely, like, didn't want to turn on the microphone because I was genuinely upset.
Oh no.
I hate the Rosa Skull so much.
Hey, this one
I
isn't
thought
the
I was
Rosa Skull.
finally free of it when I took a level lower than everyone else in the party. It came back.
This isn't the Rosa Skull.
No, it's worse. Because it's got the combination of Devin's insults and yours.
To be fair, I do intend it to be a little bit more of an equal opportunity insulter, except that Alsana is the person who freed it, and also Kane is the first one it was pointed towards, so.
Excuse me. It has left Alaris and Calda alone.
So far.
So
I'm just waiting for them to speak up more.
Hello.
Hello.
Is everyone
What's
else
up?
back?
Well, I haven't heard John yet,
I'm here.
but I don't know if that's connection issues or if it's because he's taking a break real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Becomes hard to tell. Oh, he's off. And he's back.
Okay, sorry, what was that?
All right, you're back.
Yeah, I've
We
been
were
having
pretty
connection
much-
issues for a while. I'm trying to figure.
We were just debating that. Okay, so when we left off, Kane was just trying to push this one door open with the stick. It's not locked. Creaks slowly inwards on its hinges. You're not at an angle where you can see down the hallway itself yet, but it does seem to be a hallway given the echo of it. Conrad, you are muted, in case you've forgotten.
Yep. No, I know. There's a lot of background noise right now.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So,
okay, it'll peek around the corner.
alright. Peer around, and you see a hall stretching down through the darkness.
Oh god. You said
Not
right
like
here is an opening as opposed to a door?
Not quite an opening. As you get closer, you see that it's yet another iron portcullis. As you...
Okay, at least look through the bars.
Yeah. D60. Yeah, you see all the way to the other wall. A wide hallway, 10 feet, couple of openings right across from one another, and then another portcullis, and then a larger room, and a door at the end of it.
Ah. Okay. Okay, he'll look back at this. Anyone have a preference which way we go?
not really.
Is the way there not just kind of... I mean, does it not go to that room at the end there?
May, but there's other rooms.
Well, I mean... To the west would be... I mean, it's the most open way forward that we can kind of...
Alright.
we're
Did
not
you say this one
overstep-
was a dead end, Ariel, or one to the west?
It's not a dead end, no. You see that it kind of does seem to split in a couple different directions.
There we go.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. The reveal tool is a bit finicky.
Yeah.
Alright, and here's... Alright. Keep tapping along.
Tap, 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 tap. I assume that the party follows along.
Yuppers.
Although it would be hilarious if they just let him go.
So long, sucker.
Oh god. Bye.
Also, like puts a hand out for the whole group behind her. Just like, no, wait, just let him go, let him go. He just like falls through the floor.
And there we go.
Yep.
Wrong
No.
lever.
The stick is doing a pretty good job tapping things out. You get to there, you look one way, you look the other. I'll give you a good swath of space that you can see. As you see to the south, yet another portcullis opening into a room. And to the north, another room. This area has a much mustier smell. It kind of increased in your nose as you came down this hallway. Now it is almost, it's not quite choking, but it's very thick as far as the scent goes. There is a bit more damp in the room to the north. The room to the south, it just smells like things gone kind of rotten and bad.
Sana will turn to Adelaide and just, out of curiosity, what direction is the shrine from this area above ground?
You see her kind of tilt her head back, look up, look back. She's trying to think over about which way things would be. Let me go ahead and
Could
she
Alsana give
shakes her head.
advantage on any. Oh, she already made it. Never mind.
Yeah, sorry. As she was thinking it over, she shakes her head after a moment. No, I've gotten all turned around.
Would Alsana know?
Survival check.
I have a
Pretty
compass.
much pure sense of direction, but it's also like mapping out in your head distances. It's not just north, south, east, west.
Sure, but at least help, I assume.
Perhaps. Oh god. 22 plus?
Don't need it.
Yeah, plus 4?
26.
26. You know that...
What's our
the
longitude and latitude?
Yeah, just let me calculate numbers. You know that the shrine area from where you stand right now is not... It might be due west, somewhere around that area. It might be just a little bit north. In fact, you're pretty sure it's right around here.
Alrighty.
Just the general well and tree. The courtyard might be, a little bit bigger than that, but you're real close to it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it would be in that general direction, wouldn't it? She looks at Adelaide.
I suppose it might. To be honest, you might as well spin me around in a blindfold and have me point.
And the shrine was here before it was taken from the cultists, yes?
The shrines are ancient. They've been around since the beginning of the world.
But I've heard they move sometimes if they're destroyed.
Occasionally. This one is, I'd say, at least as old as the tree that's up there.
She kind of... I assume Alsana knows... Would Alsana know how old that tree is just by looking at it?
Pretty old.
Alright.
Longer than the cult's been here.
Hundreds,
You're
thousands.
pretty sure. Mm-hmm.
Alright. She just kind of nods like, there might be more to it. I'm getting the feeling. But we have to make it there first. So portcullis to the south.
Mhm.
Sorry, was that a way? I've seen like a little kind of small thing on the map.
Oh no, that's me overshooting the edge of the wall.
Yep. Okay, just a little sliver.
Yeah.
All right.
Not bad.
And up to the north, is that a door right at the top?
Nope. Me overshooting again. I was
Alright.
trying to give you actual borders.
Sorry, it's okay.
No, it's
Such
this
is the
thing.
difficulties of this.
This thing.
So it is just portcullis that is a way, quote unquote, forward.
The way up there, it actually opens out into a room.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and let me give you just like a sliver more. There's a room up there.
Yeah.
And there is
I find
a room,
polygon reveal is also more useful.
There's a room beyond the portcullis too.
Alright.
Okay. Oh. Okay, no, go a second. I'd rather check north before I have to do any heavy lifting.
You think?
Alright.
I mean, unless you want to lift the gate, go ahead.
She shrugs. I don't need to, remember?
Okay. As you're tapping along, with your 10-foot pole. Nothing yet, but as you get closer, the pole does kind of hit some what seems to be like this soft, almost mossy vegetation inside that room.
Oh, terrible.
It
Okay.
seems that the the moisture gotten in has let something grow. However, as the pole
Also, kinda, like,
touches
in
it,
the corner and goes,
you see it kind of go poof, just a little bit.
Okay, we'll hold his breath.
Yep, you're 10 feet away, so it just kind of poofs and settles, kind of dusts the hallway in front of you.
also, like,
Trying to look up at Alsana, it's like, should I not walk in there?
This looks like a kind of like fungus or something.
Kind of. If you want, you can go ahead and do a nature check.
If she can, also, she's just going to, maybe just with maybe with her scimitar or something. Or no, she'll ask Kane to like pull back the pole, basically show she can get a look at if there's any stuff on the end of it,
Yep, he'll swing the tip up so it's next to her.
Okay.
and flick on the glasses too, just as she kind of looks at it.
Yeah, the glasses don't give you advantage on a nature check, but
I know,
you do examine.
just she looked and she kind of microscopes it a little if that helps at all. But normal nature. 24, 23.
Yeah, this stuff is poisonous.
All right. Does she have a name?
If it's yellow in color and it's a mold, it's
Alright.
yellow mold.
Ugh.
Okay. And basically just any agitation to it gets it in the air, which is bad news.
Pretty much.
Okay. Would you know any way to traverse without kicking it up
Fly.
outside of for the party?
You know that it can be it can be destroyed. 23 on a nature check. Yeah, you're pretty sure setting fire to it is fine.
Again, duck.
Okay, boof.
She lobs a Molotov over his head.
All right, so pretty much you're hurling the flame into the space right before the door.
Yep.
So pretty much you see it foof, and scatter across like let's say a 5-foot square just to keep things easy of floor, and you see this mold shrivel and curl away.
Well, let's keep it going, shall we? Is a cantrip. She'll
Yep.
start clearing a path.
Yep. You pretty much clear a path forward. There is still mold to either side, but you can get in there okay, just fine.
She might get on the broom as well.
Yeah, sorry, it's so rough looking. Let me go ahead and there we go.
So,
There's
okay.
your room.
Is there anything else in the room she can notice outside of the mold?
Not really. Cracks in the walls. You can tell how moisture got in. You've got a pretty clear path here, and then into the doorway here. There's mold dotted kind of in the corners, various places, strewn across walls.
No one sneeze.
I make no promises.
She'll just kind of float over to here. Just like, well, brother, you're taking the lead on this.
Sorry, brother, you're
Taking the lead on this.
all the mold gone?
She cleared a path from here to here.
Just in case we have to run quickly, do you mind spreading the path a bit more?
Yes, but start moving forward as well.
Alright.
She'll just kind of like, yeah, just make it a bit more, kind of basically just this area, if she can.
Alright. Yeah, you've got like 2 more patches close to the door that you clear off the walls. But that area is now clear.
Alright.
Alright. Moving forward, Kane. There's a short hallway and then opens up into a much larger room again. On the far side of the room, it's pretty empty, pretty barren. But on the far side, you see a pair of large double iron doors. To the south, you see the beginning of another hallway.
That might connect up with the other side.
Just looks around the hallway and says, I don't think the bubble's gonna do much in here. He's just trying to take a look around.
Okay. I mean, give me, I guess, if you want some kind of perception or investigation, what are you looking for anything in particular, or
Just
just looking around?
anything concerning.
Perception.
Checking for traps.
Yep.
Yeah. 18. Yeah, you don't really see anything that's of major concern. I will say that over the iron doors, you do see some script in what you are coming to recognize as Draconic.
Auntie.
I'm coming.
That's over here, right?
Yeah, just above those doors, almost framing them. She squints up at it, gives it some thought.
Alsana hands the glasses over.
Oh, thank you. And she puts them on. They don't help over much since it's more than a foot away, but she peers through. It's kind of a different look than what you're used to on your aunt.
Oh, you look like a proper aunt now.
Oh, shut your face, you impudent little brat. All right.
Jeez, now you sound like one too.
Alsana like pinches the side of her face a little.
She bats you off and then pinches back. And then she, no, stop it. I'm trying to concentrate. This isn't my first language. It's archaic. It's...
Old-timey?
Yes, very old-timey. It's like almost poetic, but it's hard to bring it out into common.
Alsana like
It's
like
talking about sacred water and falling and hammer and anvil and forging the earth again anew. I think that's kind of set apart from the rest. I think that it's symbolic.
Real quick, Alsana will just like on the side of her belt, just like, York, what languages do you know?
What I'm speaking.
That's
What
it?
am I speaking?
Common.
I don't
we call
know.
it.
You're not very imaginative bunch, are you?
What about the when you're with the last people? Were they speaking anything different? Did you understand them?
They're speaking gobbledygook,
So you didn't understand them.
I guess.
Mhm.
They're making noises, okay? They're making noises with their mouths that move.
And you didn't know what they were saying.
Sometimes they were speaking sense.
And she just kinda, I was like, alright. Just common it is then. Anyways, so I'll just kind of look at it. She'll do a charcoal rubbing of the inscriptions there too.
It is okay. You're floating up on the broom. The inscription is much longer, and it's in very, very essentially large font above the door. It might honestly be easier to just float there and try to kind of copy the letters down as if you're copying a picture.
Alright. Then also I'll do that maybe with help from Auntie.
Yeah, she'll like check some of your markings and okay it for you.
Just maybe we can find a someone in Windsor more familiar with this old-timey draconic.
Maybe.
See if there's any context or hidden meanings or who knows. Do I have to wonder what are behind these two doors then? Do we want to check that?
I don't see a lock.
Do we want to check those last hallways? I think it might link up with the path past that last portcullis.
Maybe. I'll leave this up to you, kids.
Okay. Do you want to check at least which way that one goes? She kind of like points to the one down to the south.
I mean, how about you give that one a glance while I try to open this one?
I'm worried there's something waiting for us in there, and we can take the slower hallways a bit earlier.
I mean, I was thinking if we're gonna expect something behind it, we should do what we're better rested, but if you say so.
Well, there's one way to find out if there is or there isn't now, is there?
Yep, and he's gonna take the pole and knock on the door.
Cling, clang, clang.
She got like pinches the nose. I meant we check the less dangerous places first.
Oh, I should have said that.
That's what I was saying. You don't listen.
The echoes ring out and fade. Nothing happens.
Well, apparently it's not actively hungry, or it would have come out.
I mean more so we walk into another ward and some more things are summoned. Or maybe some stones get up and come to life. We know they have the capacity for that.
Yep.
So we check down there just to see where it goes.
Go check.
You're the one with the pole.
Yes, but you don't have to touch the ground.
That doesn't mean I can't go through something. And
You're gonna put a
people still
tripwire
have,
6 feet in the air?
you people still have to go afterwards.
See another long hallway, another double portcullis on one side, another wooden door on the other.
Gonna be so well muscled after carrying all of these. Alright. Inhale. Same deal. Start walking down.
Okay.
Well, you didn't have much weight up top in the first place, so.
Sorry, is it just this one?
There's the portcullis
Yeah.
more immediately right there, yes. But there's a wooden door down there, yes.
Alright. As always, glance through.
Glance through and you see it, room. Into a room. There appear to be these wooden partitions inside that room. And then another wooden door at the far end.
Oh, odd, okay. Now, continue down the doorway.
Alright. You
Same
tap
deal.
around it, nothing seems to happen.
And push it open.
Actually, this one does not open.
Really?
Yeah, you set the pole to it and thunk. This one is not rotted through the way the others were. It seems pretty solid, and it seems to be in some way latched.
Well, I could break it down, or we can go another way.
Or I could get to the other side.
And be in there alone again? Alright.
She's looked. It's an offer.
I think there's still the hallway at the end, so maybe you can lead to the room.
Oh, that does make a left turn there, doesn't it? Okay.
Yeah, it does. Sorry, the hallway does.
Oh no, I just
Turn
wasn't scrolled far enough down.
And turns left again. Or really, at your perspective, it turns right.
Yeah.
Because you're looking down that way.
Alright, and no doors.
No doors.
Alright.
Given the last survival, how close would Elsana think they are to the shrine?
The shrine is somewhere north and west now. And Kane, as you're heading through this, you're starting to notice a downward slope. No doors. It just continues downwards and curves to the right.
Does he have something like a little wooden bead of his hair? Just set it on the ground. Is it enough to roll down by itself, or does it have to be pushed?
It depends. Did you carve the speed?
Yes.
It has to be pushed.
Alright. That's exactly what I want to check, so. Just let everyone know, assuming they haven't figured it out already. And same deal.
Okay. The slope is starting to get a little bit steeper. Not an enormous amount. You can still walk it easily, but it is more noticeable now. Another right-hand turn up ahead.
Alsana, I feel like I'm walking in circles here.
She kind of like tilts her head and is like, well, to be walking in circles, I'd have to go back to the original hallway.
I feel like I'm walking in circles that I would have drawn if I was a child.
Those are called spirals.
I feel like I'm walking in loops.
If it was a loop, it'd return back to the hallway.
If it does, I'll be right.
And it continues downwards and curves around again.
Still getting steeper.
Yes.
He'll set the bead down again.
It rolls.
At this point, it's more like a corkscrew.
Yep. Well, in terms of screwballs, I'll let you go there because I don't trust my footing past this.
You can still walk easily enough. It's just that it's going deeper.
Okay, I mean more so like he wouldn't trust it if he was to fight on this kind of angle.
Okay.
He just looks over and is like, just check the corner, lean around it.
I mean, he's gonna keep a hand on the wall at all times and keep going.
Yep. Sure thing. You get another curve.
He's counting to 10 inside of his head. Alright, at this point, if you folks want to go ahead, just look around that last corner. I really don't want to walk any further down. I don't like fighting in small spaces.
Also, I like tilts her head. Oh, so it's better for us to do it.
I'm
You can
small.
fly,
I
and
can-
you called as small, and you can fly.
How high is the ceiling here?
I have range as well.
10 feet.
The ceiling's 10 foot high. I can only do so much.
I'm small. I'll go.
Here's the pole.
Yeah, Call's gonna start walking, just start tapping around everywhere.
Yep.
Keep
Tappity tap, tap.
tapping.
Spirals around. And there's another right-hand turn up ahead.
Okay, very carefully walking now, just not falling because of steep.
Yeah.
Tap,
Really,
tap,
it's
tap.
more that it's more that I had a two-dimensional space to work with. It basically you're spiraling around and around deeper, and you see then it open out into the beginning of a cavernous space far below all the rest of that.
Call's
Alright,
gonna just yell at.
before we jump into a crater, should we finish exploring up here?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, there's still that one room. We can try and open it, Kane.
There's a number of rooms.
Appreciate it, Calder.
No worries.
Oh, float back over to you.
And all the way back up here.
Yep. All the way back.
PDS.
Aren't we checking this door?
That's up to you guys.
It's a locked
Oh,
door.
shit. Forgot about that one.
You were checking that door? You said it was locked, so I'm like, oof.
Also, an Eldritch Guidance to call it.
Appreciated.
Yo, I'll hand her a hand axe.
Here's Calden.
Alrighty.
All right, if you want to, guidance won't work for an attack roll with a hand axe.
Yep, Kane doesn't
But-
know this.
I thought they were trying to bust it down with a
I was
legs,
just gonna
but-
push. Yeah, I was just gonna push.
Yep, up to you. If you do an athletics check to push, then you get the guidance. If you want the hand axe, then you just get an attack roll, but it does damage.
No, I'm gonna do the athletics with guidance.
I'm thinking
Go
the AC
for it.
gets higher if you just shove it, so.
Alrighty, so athletics.
Yep, athletics plus 1d4. 15 plus 19.
19.
All right. You set your tiny halfling might against this, and it's a moment of straining, but then you feel something give underneath your hands, and with this splintering sound, this lock gives way, tearing out a little bit of the door with it, but you successfully shove the door open, and I will reveal the room within. Alsana, to no doubt your utmost joy, this room is packed with tables and shelves of haphazardly stacked books.
Calda is pushed out of the way.
Kane at one point goes to one of the shelves, does this thing where he just sticks one hand behind the books, opens up the bag, and gets them all in the bag.
Alsana,
Alright,
stops him.
Not all of them are in the greatest condition. Some of
And
these
Alsana
are
will,
damaged.
will definitely stop him before he does anything like that.
Like, what?
What do you think
You're gonna read them
doing?
all here? You're gonna read them all at the
No.
same time?
You're going to completely destroy the order that they're left in?
I mean, yes.
No, you're not. Get out.
What language is it in?
I don't care what language is in. Other people
No,
can
I'm saying
come
what-
here and just find it out.
That's fine, but if it's in a language, you might be able to read the order, and it'll be obvious.
We We don't need to take it with us right now. It's not going anywhere.
More worried about getting left in here too long. It's pretty wet in here.
She can like tilt her head.
Adelaide kind of leans in. Actually, that one looks all right.
It's dry,
We can
and if
go
there's any
through and-
issue, it's been here for enough years that one more day isn't gonna hurt anything.
Look, as long as we make sure that there's no traps in the immediate area and nothing lurking around, then we can have chroniclers come in.
Alsana is going to go and investigate and dig through every little nook and cranny.
Okay.
And basically also just check and see if she can basically read how many books are in Draconic and otherwise.
Varies a lot. Not all the books have covers on the outside. Some of them you might not want to handle too much because it looks like they're about to fall apart.
Yeah,
just
no,
from
she's
sheer
not flipping
yeah.
through books. She's just
Okay.
looking on sides.
On the sides, you see a lot of Draconic. You do see some common. There is the occasional smattering of something in Dwarvish kind of thrown in there. But
Alright.
yeah.
And she's also just checking for traps or any secret areas.
Okay. Go ahead and do me an investigation at advantage with your guidance, of course.
Glasses.
Yep, exactly. $17 plus your
18.
18. All right. Aside from some bits where you raise clouds of dust and end up hacking and coughing, there doesn't seem to be anything of any kind of peril in the room.
Should be an advantage. Still a 14. She enjoys the smell. She doesn't cough.
Oh, okay.
She breathes in the dust of old tomes every day.
All right then. So you have found the book room.
Yep, and she's just kind of like looking and glancing and, oh, I'm going to be back here. I'm definitely coming back here. But we have other things for now.
Right. Where to next, kids?
I think the big door with the inscriptions. Or I could squeeze in one of the portcullises and give a look around there. Or we could
Can you
attempt
just
to pull one
do-
up.
Can you just change into that all day?
I can do it about twice a day.
Save the energy. I can just lift it.
That's fine, but I mean, I also don't. I can do it twice before taking a break. Short rest.
I know. These, I mean, your abilities.
Yeah, just.
Either way, let's stick to the inscription first.
You just seem moody about pulling another one up, is all.
I mean, save it for last at least, but I don't have another way to go. It's better I lift it than you waste your magical energy. My energy comes back with a potato.
I'm pretty sure that stuff does too. It's not. She shakes her head. This door. Is it locked?
He'll shove it with the stick.
It doesn't shove inwards.
It's a pull door.
Seems so.
Damn it. My worst enemy. Okay.
I'll grab one side, you grab the other, Kane.
Sure. Everyone else go off to the sides just in case something immediately barrels through.
Oop, guidance. Away.
All right.
And
You
I'm
go
gonna
up.
pull and then step to the side here.
Yep. You grab hold of the handle set into the door, and you pull, and there's this high scream as you pull these doors open.
Metal on stone.
Nothing comes through. It's dark inside. You peer around with your lantern and your dark vision, and you see a slightly larger room than the one you are currently in. Ceilings a full 20 feet, and a well in the center. Alsana, probably correspondent to the well in the courtyard above, in front of the shrine. Curiously, there are 4 chains set, bolted to the floor and bolted to the ceiling in straight vertical lines. You can kind of see where I very quickly drew in the circles to indicate where they are attached. They're not taut. But they're not really loose either. There's just enough slack that, like, there's one link kind of leaning at the bottom a little bit from the loop it's bolted to. You also see, kind of standing on plinths against each wall of the room, there's a suit of, like, almost draconic armor, like full plate mail. Just standing on display almost as if in some kind of guard or vigil.
Kane looks at the armor and goes, "Oh, yes."
Sona floats and just, okay, I know enough that sometimes books come to life and attack you. Do you
Oh no,
know?
I don't plan to put on the armor right away. But unless it melts after we beat it up, if it does attack us, I'm gonna try putting it on.
Just letting you know and hedge your expectations.
Yep.
Adelaide might go and look over at the well, or she'll start towards it unless somebody says no. But
Asana will go over towards it
She's
with
being cautious. She kind of peers down inside. You do, too. You see, I'm going to go scoot Alaris in there. I'm assuming everybody's taking a look around.
Yep.
You see, deep within this well, kind of just faintly rippling beneath in the little bit of light that's been brought in, is some water.
Oh. So there is water, just like the last one.
Yep. And as you are in this room, looking around, taking in the chains, the cobwebs in, like, the corners of the ceilings, the dust on the floor, just the general grime of being a place existing for hundreds of years without anybody coming through and cleaning up in all that time, you hear the sudden scream, slam, clang of the doors behind you. And all at once, the 4 suits of armor creak and move in place and look up, and the visor's glowing red.
Let's go!
And that is where we're going to go ahead and end this session. Next time we're
fuck.
kicking this off.
Kane is excited to fight.
Can we see what the suits of armor look like?
Yeah, sure. Let me go ahead and pop them onto token layer. I just used
Hey, I got that art.
Yeah, I used ordinary art. I did not pick anything or make anything custom for it.
Alright.
I'm sorry to say it.
No, it's fine. Just I was just wondering if you had like a suit of draconic armor going or anything.
Nah.
Also,
Just
Ariel,
know
I'm
that
sorry.
they do.
Oh, for a second I thought it was holding like a samurai sword. I'm like, Ariel, you can't tell me draconic is not Japanese.
It's not.
By the way, just because when I searched up the name, Takumi, I did get a second language. Is it Faroese?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I can see where that came from too. Yeah, because it's like pseudo-Germanic, right? Or similar to Germanic.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I know lyrics to a song and I picked words from it because they suited it.
Is it the one that comes up immediately on Google?
Probably.
What's it called?
It's like Takumi.
Otokuni, yes.
Yep.
But
Yep.
who's it by? Out of curiosity.
I don't think I could say the name if I tried.
I think
sure
it's something like
Ariel
Ivor. I haven't heard it said. That is my weakness. I have to hear it said.
I'll type it in the Discord.
Anyhow,
Yep.
That's it for this week.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna have
Oh,
unicorn wine.
How'd you
I remember
guys
that.
do it?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy.
Okay, good.
Doing alright.
Before anybody, we can end the recording, but before anybody the call or the game, I've got some XP to give to you guys. So
And gold, right?
gold will do after you guys clear out this dungeon.
I
basically.
forgot. I have detect good and evil at will.
At will?
Yeah.
God damn!
Yeah.
Interesting
What the
thing to
fuck?
keep in mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you can
Alright.
also ritual cast it too, right?
Yeah, but it's at will.
Technically.
I'm just like, what other ritual spells do you have?
It's not ritual, it's at will, but
What other ritual spells do you have?
ritual spells, whatever druid spell I want.
Prepared, Devin.
None. Right now.
Okay, that was the question.
Unless the spell magic is ritual, which I don't think.
No, it's not.
And
Okay. I think this can probably be out of recording. Is it ended?
Oh, I thought we're done recording already.
Nope. No, I was waiting for if there was anything else.
Anything else, you guys?
Nope, that's it.
Nope.
I've got nothing.
Also, I have the D100 wand, but that thing's scary.
Hey, that thing I built a potential control into so you could use it in battle.
Yep.
It's still a risk, but...
I'm just glad you didn't give it to me because it would be used for all the worst situations.
I might use it next session. Who knows? But until then, recording is done.